3 games for all the marbles. Single elimination. Canada against the United States. Canada taking their group. USA hanging on by the skin of their teeth. Needed some help after their loss to Italy. They got the help they needed. They got second life. And now we'll see if they can take advantage of this against a very good Canadian team. Appreciate all you guys tuning in for this one. My name is cgiulianihpu. If you've never done one of these streams before, how it works like this. Fire away on the chat with any questions you might have. I'll be happy to answer about anything and everything. Any donation, I get to your question right away. Otherwise, I'll just go in the order that I see. I'm voting that poll. Who do you think wins this one? USA or Canada? If you are a member, we got the emojis in the chat to show your support for either one of these teams. Winner of this game will play Sunday night against the winner of the Korea-Dominican Republic game, which looks like the DR. They were up 7-0 last time I checked. Look like they're on cruise control. They have been phenomenal throughout this entire tournament. This game is in Houston. You win this game, it goes over to Miami. But this game right now is in Houston. Marlins up 1-0 preseason. All right. Miles Soroka on the bump here for Canada. Soroka on the bump. Starting lineup for the USA. Witt, Harper, Judge, Schwarber, Bregman, Anthony, Raleigh, Terang, and PCA with Webb on the bump for Team USA. How's it going, Goro? Appreciate you tuning in. Soroka on the bump here for Team Canada. Let's get this game underway. 87% you want with the States to make it back to the semifinals for the third straight time. First pitch in there on the upper part of the zone for a strike, and we are underway here. Getting things started for Team USA. Bobby Witt hitting .357 this tournament. That's the 4th highest average on the team. Lays that one off on the outer part of the zone. 1-1 the count. Yeah, Soroka's not great. No, Soroka's not great. But the lineup is pretty good. 1-1, Soroka. Check swing, doesn't matter. That was on the outer part of the zone. 1-2 the count. USA wins. Who starts? I believe it's Skeens who would start. Be Skeens starting. It looks, I would think, against Severino. Right, I think Skeens is going to start on Sunday if they win. But they got to win this one first. 1-2 the count to Witt. Witt back-to-back all-star appearances last with the Royals. Fouled off 1-2. Led the AL in hits each of the last 2 seasons. And led the AL last year with 47 doubles. Led the AL in batting average 2 years ago with a .332 average. Again, hitting .387 this tournament. And 14 at-bats. The 1-2 to Witt. Way outside on the slider, 2-2. Take the night off, crack the cider, and root for the White Red and Blue. We will see what happens, Caleb. We will see what happens. Right, Canada's been a good surprise. Yeah, they've been a very good surprise. To win their group, very, very pleasant surprise for the Canadians. 2-2 the count here. Witt was worse against righties last year than lefties, such as .287 versus .328 against left-handed pitchers. Fouls that went off down the right field line. There is an increased pitch count limit for the knockout rounds. Two, Witt. That's a fastball down the middle. Fouls it off. Stay alive at 2. The pitch count, 80. Is what you can throw now. 2-2, way outside, full count here. Yeah, DR's brought the belt, yep. Yeah, finally, I mean, this lineup makes sense for the USA. I'm not crazy about Bregman. I would have put in, I would not put Bregman. I would have done, 3-2, outside. Good walk there. Gunnar Henderson. I would have done that instead. But a 9-pitch walk. Good job there by Wiki on board. And now it's Bryce Harper. He was the pinch hitter last time. He's been struggling this tournament. 3 for 15. What can I do here with a runner on? You need to suspend it. Absolutely. Yeah, that hit was uncalled for with Matthews. That hit was uncalled for. Let's see if player safety does anything. They usually don't. Now watching 21 Jags Bills. Oh, yeah, the 9-6 game. Oh, yeah, the Josh Allen takeover game. First pitch, Harper swinging that high fastball. Chases that one upstairs. 0-1 the count. Soroka, now member of the Arizona Diamondbacks. Chop Fallow too. You figure he is going to be in the bullpen as their long reliever. I don't think he'd be in the starting lineup with Fott, Gallen, Kelly, both of them back. Eduardo Rodriguez and Ryan Nelson. Sir Goldie and Clement, yes. Yes, definitely. 0-2 to Harper. Yeah, that was the money line for DeRosa. Harper takes it into deep center field, backing up at the track, running out of room, leaping at the wall, making the grab in center. It's Denzel Clark. The A's outfielder makes a loud out number one. Harper got a good piece of that one. It's 409 to deep center. That went about 406. The Ole Miss Spitstealer alert. Why is it windmill? I'm not sure why it's windmill. We got a fire from Corey. Give you a scenario. Jackson, Symbol 61, but they lose every game for the next 10 years. Would I take it? No, I would not. That one I wouldn't take. I take my chances the other way. I wouldn't take a winless season for 10 straight years. I wouldn't do that. At that point, there's no point in watching. So I would probably say no on that one. I would not take that scenario. Now, if I was 80 years old, different story. 80 years old and I'm running out of time, I'd be like, yeah, why the heck not? I'm not sure if it's the only game in sports. I'm not sure, but it's got to be up there. 2-0 count. That slider misses outside. And remember back in 2005, Josh Scobie kicked off to Josh Scobie. So, your best step out of the World Baseball Classic. Yep. You know, Josh Allen played his butt off that game. Arizona hold on, win? Yes, I think they will. I think Arizona's going to win that game. 2-0 count to Judge. Hitting 250 this tournament. Rips that one base hit down the left field line. Should be extra bases here. Let's take a very good bounce off the wall, but hustling into third and sliding in his Witt. And Witt's got speed, so. And Judge all smiles after that one. Extra base hit. First hit of the game for the USA. And Aaron Judge, his 5th hit of the tournament. 2 on, just 1 out, and in comes Kyle Schwarber. The leader in home runs in the National League last season. Leader in the NL in home runs in 2 of the last 4 seasons. The Leafs are done at this point. I mean, they were done regardless. They haven't won in a month. If I can start to take that, yep. You know, 2005, yeah, look at that. Yep. Nice hit there by Judge. Now in comes Schwarber. First pitch. Grounder to first. Infield's in. And it's bobbled at first, so all they can do is tag the bag. Maybe there would have been a play with Witt, even though he is fast. Maybe there would have been a play at the plate if Josh Naylor did not bobble that ball. But because he bobbled it, Witt on his high horse, he hustles home. Judge advances 90 feet to third. It's a ground out, but that does the job. USA takes the early 1-0 lead. Yeah, he deserves a big-time suspension. Yes, he does. And here comes Alex Bregman. So Schwarber RBI the ground. I'll trade out for a run. Me too. Me too on that one. Now in comes Alex Bregman. Just 1 for 7 this tournament. First pitch. Right down the middle. Fouls it off behind on plate 0-1. How's it going, Mr. Evelyn? Appreciate you tuning in. It's also became the reason he was... Yes, that was the reason. Bregman. Shallow pop up to second. Underneath it with ease is Julian. I'll make the play. USA gets a run. They leave a runner on board, but good start for the USA. 1-0 lead. So go to the bottom of the first. Yeah, Titans units are nice. Titans units are nice. Yeah, Joseph T is not a bad signing at all. For that price, not bad at all. I got the bot. Yeah, VCU keeps their hopes alive. I think if they can make the final at this point, they're in with how weak the bubble is. Just got to win tomorrow, and I think they're in. Angel swing tomorrow? I'm not. I don't think I am. I don't think I am, at least. Appreciate you, Nam. Appreciate tuning in. Yeah, Miami, they're still going to get in, but they might be on Dayton. They might have to play in Dayton. That's a bad quad 4 loss. Yeah, Lionel loser. No team finished draft rating. Nice. Last year, Soroka was actually pretty good in the first inning of games. A 169 batting average, a 4.76 OPS, and only a 2.65 ERA. But leadoff walk to Witt, hard contact by Judge, and almost a home run by Harper. He struggled that inning. Kind of fortunate. It's only at 1. It was a look at me. Yep. I was like, you know, we're gonna make fun of the branding thing. So the rest of the first manager to win championship get fired right after. He'd be up there. Yeah, he should be fired regardless. Wait, can we call Canada the 51st state? I mean, we won in men's hockey, women's hockey. I mean, do it one more time. Why the heck not? Starting lineup for Team Canada. Lopez, Otto Lopez, followed by Josh Naylor, Tyler O'Neill. They're going 1, 2, 3. for the Canadians. And on the bump here, Brandon Webb. Would Miami being left out have? What domino effect would it have? Mid-major conferences would start to form alliances to play each other in non-conference play to stack up quad 1 and quad 2 games. You would have to at that point. Yeah, the fact that Auburn make the tournament, nuts. Don't remember one for just showing up. So for a run to the Max Finals. Heck of a run, though. Heck of a run for the Minutemen. Knock off Miami like that, they'll always have that at least. Right, they fired him. Which was the right move. Because then they brought in Nick Nurse and it worked out pretty well. What determines strength of schedule? Quad 1, quad 2, quad 3, quad 4. Depends on where you play, home, on the road, or at a neutral site. It depends on what their net ranking is entering that game. Siena in twice? Did it really? Joe Lenardi is just the worst. The absolute worst. The DR is so good. It's a good kind of lineup, a lot of speed in that lineup. But Logan Webb, the two-time All-Star with the Giants the last 2 seasons, who led the NL in innings pitched each of the last 3 seasons, and led the NL in strikeouts last season with 224. He is going to get the nod here. The righty facing Otto Lopez, the Marlins player, first pitch in their first strike. 0-1 the count. The plan, according to DeRosa, is have Webb go 70, and you're allowed to go 80. Otto Lopez, just 3 for 14 this tournament, hitting 214. Lays off that pitch inside, 1-1. Right, poor Napa, they lost a lot of close games. Yep. Mac's been very evenly matched this year. Yeah, I don't lean off for Canada. Webb against righties last year only allowed a 287 batting average. It's a good matchup for him, and we'll get the ground out here, but third baseman was in. They had Bregman in. It's a routine ground out. Can't blame Webb on that one. Routine ground out, but goes over the head of Bregman because the infield was in. Right, it's crazy sports talk on that one. Crazy how they won that game. And it's an infield, it's a leadoff single. In comes Josh Naylor, traded to the Mariners last season from the Diamondbacks, and he was great when he got to Seattle. Helped him make the ALCS. He had 19 stolen bases when he got on board. You don't really think of him as a fast player, but he was very smart on the base paths. Got 19 stolen bases in 2 months. Jeff Goodman, a bit of a hack. I think the way he handled the field of 68 thing was a joke. Never recovered after firing. Yeah, the Pistons situation was a mess. The 8-10 was against Celia. Mac's not bad. Fouled off 0-2. Naylor hit 299 once he got traded to the Mariners. Naylor hitting 250 this tournament. Thus far, he got Lopez on first. 15 stolen bases last year with the Fish. Tries to get a lead here. 0-2. He'll hold. Naylor lays off that pitch in the dirt. Off speed. 1-2. Again, Webb strikes out a lot of batters, gets ahead in the count, and when he does, good things happen. Last year, for getting ahead in the count, 0-2. Opponents only hit 182 against him. 1-2. Naylor chops it foul on the first base line. So Trey Casabay, lover, new guy. Yeah. I got that. Again, appreciate all you guys doing. If you like what you see, folks, hit that like button, subscribe. We are live for the semifinal game on Sunday. We might be live for the final on Tuesday. Depends on who's in it, because it's also the same time as the first 4. So we'll see who's in it. But we'll be live. Tomorrow we should be live for both quarterfinal games. But I'll double check on that one. 1-2 the count. I don't know why it says 10-2. Oh, that was yesterday. Just update. Oh, man. 1-2 to Naylor. Lazy pop-up. Shallow left field in foul territory. Making the play. Bregman chasing that one down for the first out. Had to cover a lot of ground on that one. But Bregman gets on his high horse. As then we'll get the first out. And in comes Tyler O'Neill. The Orioles outfielder. 2-time Gold Glove winner. Only hit 199 with the O's last season. He was below the Mendoza line. Definitely not his best season by any means. And he's been more of the same this tournament. Just 2 for 14, hitting 143. If I was in field on the first one, I'm not sure. Titans, 21 Titans by far the worst one seed ever. They're up there. 92 Steelers are really bad, but 21 Titans are definitely in the running. 1-0 lays that off. 2-0 Cousins time with Pittsburgh. I'm going to say fact at this point while they wait on Rodgers to make up his mind. O'Neal was better against righties last year than lefties. At 215 against righties versus 157 against lefties. None of them are any good. 2-0 Webb delivers. Grounder to short. Base hit. Diving to try and make that play was Witt. And he's made a few nice plays this tournament with the glove. But a slow rolling grounder gets past him, and O'Neal gets on board with his third hit of the tournament. 2 on, 1 out. I mean, Webb's pitching all right so far. Just 2 infield hits. And next up is KC. Now with the Marlins, after spending last year with the Cubs, hit 192 in 26 at-bats in the majors, but played a lot in AAA, hit just under 300. It's a top 50 prospect this season, according to Major League Baseball and Baseball America. 0 on the count. So gets to hand the count once again. Casey's been looking good this tournament. Hitting 500, 7 for 14, 4 extra base hits. Averaging extra base hit per game. That's really good, but falls behind 0-2. High fastball. Again, there's no ABS. That did look like it was a bit high. Okay, so we'll step out of the box. Reset. Former second-round pick by the Padres back in 2020. He's now found his way on the fish. 0-2 in the dirt, 1-2. Can rally behind the plate today. Been alternating between him and Will Smith, Matt Catcher, this tournament. And wants to watch some more baseball? I mean, I would do the same. And why not? Why not? One, two. Swing and a miss. Got on the chase, the off-speed pitch. Good breaking ball there, and that's 2 out. Webb. And very good at getting strikeouts. He gets his first of the game, and in comes Abraham Toro. Now on the Kansas City Royals. They're spending last year with the Red Sox. Hit 239 last year. A negative WAR. Now I can play Samano 7. Listen to the stream. Nice. Good game. Toro, first pitch swing and chops it foul. And I believe Webb's got to hand the count every single batter. So a good job with that. Got the bot. You almost, I mean, that would be a big time bit thief. Webb, when he falls behind the count after 1-0, OPS is 741, but after getting ahead 0-1, it's 562 the rest of the way. It's being efficient right now. Fouled off 0-2. Toro last season, after falling behind 0-2, hit 228. With 2 strikes, his average was just 188 last season. Steps off, he calls time. He's not a guy that protects the plate well on 2 strikes. An OPS with 2 strikes of just 485. Toro, goodbye. Sinker on the inside corner. Kind of leaves 2 on. Webb does a very good job that inning. The 2 hits he allowed were infield singles. And Webb gets out of a jam with back-to-back strikeouts. USA leads 1-0 after 1. Yeah, Toro was garbage last year. That's why he's not on the Red Sox anymore. That's why he's not on the Red Sox. Black will lead off for Canada in the top of the second, or the bottom of the second. Before we go to that, we go with the bottom of the second, with Anthony leading off. So the inning ended with a Red Sox from last year who is no longer there. And we'll start with a Red Sox who is there and is expected to do great things this year. Yeah, beautiful sinker. Yeah, Webb has been phenomenal. Webb is good. Webb's a beast. I hate that he's on the Giants because a D-backs fan. I hate that. It turns out it just hasn't been correcting people. But the Jaguars media guide even said ETN. And the draft card gives you the pronunciation. It said ETN. So nothing makes sense. Why did he wait this long? Everyone stuck with Toro first, and that would have been a nightmare. That would have been bad. Roman Anthony leading off for Team USA. He's 5 for 15 this tournament. He leads the Americans with 6 RBI. He's one of the bright spots on this team. We'll go top second when we get back here. I'm pretty sure I'll get soon. If you like what you see, the like button, subscribe. Anthony entered today, tied for 5th in RBI across all teams. The only 4 players higher. Moon for Korea, Tatis with the DR, Guerrero with the DR, and Arise with Venezuela. So he was the top player in USA's pool in RBI. Why do you wait that long? I have no idea. Wait for his lung to get punctured to be like, yep. Think angling scenes for the series was smart? Yeah, I want him for the final. You got to get there for it. I mean, DR is a great team. DR is a great, great team. So, can't look ahead. Should I say 2 Red Sox? Technically speaking, yeah. So, Soroka looking to battle back after allowing a run in the first inning. Again, pitch limit is 80 for the quarterfinals. It jumps up to 95 on Sunday. We're in this game, barring a crazy comeback, sticking on the DR. Sunday night at 8 o'clock Eastern, we'll be on the call for that game, regardless of who is in. First pitch outside, 1-0. Anthony lays off the curve. Anthony chops it foul down the first base line, 1-1. Soroka was good last season, first time through the order. Batting average allowed of just 193. It does jump up considerably the second time and third time through. Chopper to first stays fair and taking himself unassisted as Josh Naylor for the first out. Bowling in for the final because why not? Yeah, at that point, why not? Allison Raleigh up to bat. Set the record for most home runs in a season by a catcher last season. Hit 60. And led the American League with 125 RBI. All-star last year for the first time ever. Second in the MVP voting behind Judge. He has not been great this tournament. He is 0 for 6. Upstairs misses 1-0. One of 2 players on this American team alongside Buxton. The only player in the lineup today without a hit. That's Marlins. I mean, it's spring training. Georgetown continuing the run. Could be tough. Against UConn, St. John's back-to-back can be really tough. Raleigh's 0 for 6 this tournament. And might be 0 for 7 as a pop into foul territory. Making the play is Bo Naylor for the second out. So Raleigh's struggles continue. He's 0 for 7. Bryce Terang coming in with 2 out and nobody on. Terang has not been struggling this tournament. He's 5 for 12. Highest average on the team of any player in the lineup today. Gunnar Henderson's not in the lineup. USA, they've had their struggles this tournament, but they do have an influx of good infielders, middle infielders. Terang, Henderson, and Witt, all deserving of playing time. Terang gets the nod here. He's ahead of the count 1-0. We got a 2 from Maddie. Appreciate you telling America. F yeah. America. There you go. Appreciate you, Maddie, on that one. Appreciate all you guys' donations. These guys coming hot today. Appreciate you guys a ton. He's ahead of the count 2-0. Terang lays off that pitch. 3-0 as that fastball got away from him. USA has drawn a lot of walks this tournament. 33 walks. That is the second most in the tournament behind Dominican Republic at 38. Red light was on that sinker. 3-1 the count. It's the U.S. Probably still spend most of the streams debating the bracket. Yep. Oh, yeah, 100%. If it's not the U.S., we'll still be debating the bracket. 100%. 3-1, Terang. Inside fastball. Swung at it. Fouled off down the first base line. So from 3-0, it goes to 3-2. If he gets on, PCA, who had 2 home runs last time, maybe saved the USA's life last game with the home runs that, even though they lost, made it close enough for tiebreakers. Terang, 3-2, fouls it off again. Terang last year in a full count, got on board 49% of the time. See what he can do here. PCA's on deck. Last 2 plate appearances for him were homers. 3-2, Terang. Off speed pitch, fouled off down the third base line. Long at bat here. Soroka's over 30 pitches. Soroka last year on a full count allowed guys to get on board 51% of the time. So something's got to give here. 3-2. Terang battling here. And look at that one right down the middle. I'm not sure what he was looking at there. Off-speed pitch, Soroka right down the middle, was hanging up there, and Terang keeps the bat on his shoulder. 3 up, 3 down. Soroka does his job. He's retired 5 straight. We go bottom 2. I don't know what that was, Goro. Yep, went for a birthday. Happy birthday, man. Happy birthday, Steven. Appreciate you tuning in. So PC will lead off the top of the third with nobody on. I don't know what Terang was looking at there. USA has only struck out 26 times this tournament. That's the 3rd fewest. That's a bad strikeout there, right down the middle. If you're getting ahead 3-0. And the offense has no chemistry at all. Yeah, because they keep, like, changing the lineup. Like, there's no need to rest players during a tournament like this. We were getting off time, too. Yeah, 2 weeks from opening day. Crazy. 37. Oh, man, the big 3-7. Appreciate you tuning in. 2-0 UConn, Georgetown screwed. Yep, 2-0 deficit. Too much to overcome. So we Black, Bo Naylor, and Clark, who made that great catch in center, to deny Harper. And that catch that Harp had, or that Clark had, at the wall on Harper, it's not even close to his best. It's a great catch, but Clark might have made the best catch of the year last season. That game against the Angels, that robbery out and left. Stuff. That one, the Gurriel catch in the D-backs Giants game was nuts. I mean, there was great catches last year. Clark might have been number 1. Oh, Shocks fire, no basket. Oh, man, here we go. That one's on FS1. Got pushed over to FS1 because USA's playing tonight. Marlins win 1-0. All right. Yeah, March 19th to 20th next week in St. 2 days of streaming. Depends if High Point gets into a certain region, maybe I'll go. I'm not sure yet. If they're in Greenville, I'm going. Tampa, I'm not sure. But if they're in Greenville, I'm going. So I haven't been to North Carolina in forever. So I could just crash with some friends in North Carolina and go out there. Use PTO and So Hoppers? I heard it was very good. I heard it was one of Pixar's funniest movies. I'm excited for it. I gotta check that out. I've had no free time lately, but hopefully one of these days I can check it out. Worst case, I just wait for Disney Plus. Worst case, but... Alright. Webb, back-to-back strikeouts. Start this one off with Tyler Black. First round pick by the Brewers back in 2021 out of Wright State. Horizon League champions in basketball this year. They'll be playing in March. 0-1 the count. He's 0-for-6 this tournament. Black has the most at-bats on the Canadian team of any player to not have a hit. He'll lay off that changeup in the dirt, 1-1. Black only made 13 plate appearances last season, hitting just .211 in his major league career. I'll foul that one off down the first base line, 1-2. It's for a matchup, I'm guessing he's going to do this 23, yep. It's going to be a crazy streaming schedule. 1-2 the count. Black in his 2 major league seasons, only hitting .200 against righties. .286 against lefties. So a bad matchup for him. But I'll lay off that changeup. Outside and low. 2-2. If you like what you see, folks, hit that like button, subscribe. It does help us out a ton on the channel. So we try to grow this community even more. 2-2. Looks at that sweeper. 3 straight strikeouts for Webb. He is dealing right now. as Black is now 0 for 7 this tournament with 3 strikeouts. In comes Josh Naylor's brother, younger brother Bo Naylor. Only hit 195 with the Guards last season. Lowest average of his career, not counting 22 when he only played 5 games. And Webb led the NL in strikeouts last season. Got 3 straight here. He's behind the count 1-0. That one outside 2-0. And low. It's funny how Team Canada organized their lineup, because Naylor's not exactly comfortable hitting 7th. Last year, Bo Naylor hit just 107 when he was 7th in the order. But he's ahead 3-0 here. 3 straight balls. Naylor got on board 88% of the time last year when he got ahead 3-0. Red light was on the sinker. Called strike 3-1. Webb trying to battle back after falling behind the count 3-0. Webb allowed guys to get on board 70% of the time. 3-1. That's a base hit into left field. 3rd hit of the game for Team Canada. And Naylor gets on board. He's 3rd on the team in batting average this tournament. And he'll get on board with a 1-out knock. The last 2 hits were slow rolling choppers or grounders. That one, clean contact all the way. No doubt about that. And in comes Denzel Clark. This A's team could sneak up on some people this year. They got a lot of good young talent. Clark is one of those guys. Former 4th round pick by the A's in 21. Out of Cal State Northridge. Was good in the field last year. Made some insanely good plays. We saw it with the glove, too. This inning. We saw it with the glove. In the first inning, I should say. Denying Harper at the wall. First pitch in there for a strike. 0-1 on the bottom part of the zone. 0-1. That one in there for a strike. That sinker just touched the bottom part of the zone. 0-2 the count. Clark was way better against righties than lefties last year. Hit 242 versus 179 against lefties. So, favorable matchup here for Clark. That's a chopper though to short. Witt. 6-4. Can't get 3. Clark's got speed. Clark beats out the throw. But they get the force at second. So they get Naylor out on the base paths. And now we go to the 9-hitter with Julian coming up. Yeah, Clark is fast, yeah. Clark, man. Yeah, a lot of good contact so far, yep. It's been a good one. You know, Clark is a really good player. I like the A's team a lot. I think the A's actually might make the wild card this year. I think the A's are going to be a darn good team this year. Julian, first pitch play, and what a play by Witt! Up the middle, great contact into left center, but Witt with the leaping grab denies Julian of a base hit, and Clark was probably going to get into 3rd on that one. Bobby Witt, what a play with the glove. He has been the USA's best defensive player this tournament by far. Denies Julian there. On the line out, we go top 3, USA up 1-0. Yeah, reminds me a lot of Carl. Yeah, I think that's a good comparison. Carl Crawford? Yeah, that's a very good comparison. So Julian, the Rockies player, lines out. Town Cinema, $4 per ticket. Oh, that's a great deal. Large popcorn drinks, $10, so $14 to get movie on a big screen, popcorn, and drink. That's a really good deal. One of the few theaters that doesn't rob you dry. Were they playing Oakland? The Giants sort of let him go back, I don't think. So they got the radius and the territorial rates. So we go top 3. PCA, Witt, who just made that great play with the glove, and Harper. 2 up here for the Americans. And if you like what you see, folks, hit that like button, subscribe. It does help us out a ton on the channel as we try to grow this community even more. Much burrito? Whenever you want. Free country, man. Spring training game in 07 between the Astros and the Rays. Ball left of pitcher Sam Crawford was already on second. Jeez. You know, he had speed. Big part of that 08 team. They're only doing it to go see where trying to win, guys. Yeah, they locked down a lot of their young talent. They're going to be a good team. I think they'll make the playoffs in the next 2 or 3 years. I think it could be this year. Because not too many teams got better. The Mariners clubhouse could be imploding. With what happened with the Rosarena, they might be imploding at this point. How's it going, David? Appreciate you tuning in. Hello, clones. All right. 3rd inning. Soroka back out there. First pitch way outside 1-0. PCA hit 2 home runs. Last game against Italy to cut into the deficit and make the tiebreakers more manageable for Team USA because they were in some serious trouble before that. Swing and a miss, 1-1 the count. And PCA was not starting that game. It was Byron Buxton, who's been terrible this tournament, 0 for 5. PCA has been a lot better at center. He's locked down that starting spot. Doubleheader, Rays, Red Sox, and Cards, Padres at 10. Oh, man. He's been back in the game, and that's going to be potentially a basic, and PCA is going to beat it out. This pitcher can't cover in time. Soroka can't cover. Goes off of Naylor's glove. Josh Naylor, that's the second time he's bobbled a play. Josh Naylor, that is the second time he's bobbled the ball. Julian's able to get it, but no throw, as Soroka's not able to cover the bag in time. So PCA gets on board with his 4th hit of the tournament, I should say. Back to the top of the order here for Bobby Witt. Arizona took the lead. Yeah, I think Arizona's won that game. First pitch to Witt. Way upstairs and inside. 1-0. Witt, a 9-pitch walk last time. Soroka last season, 2nd time through the order, significantly worse than the first time through. On-base percentage rise by over 54 points. The impeachment starting, absolutely. Place the current Jags with a 2-tone helmet. Oh, God, no. God, no. 2-0 the count. That pitch misses outside. Witt last year, after getting ahead in the count 2-0, got on board a whopping 52% of the time. He'll lay that one off 3-0. After getting ahead in the count 3-0 last year, got on board 73% of the time. It's one of the best players in the American League. There's clearly a top 3 in the AL. It's just the question of where you order them. Judge, Raleigh, and Witt. Witt's been incredible for the Royals. You try and hit balls his way. Yep, absolutely. 3-0. That one paints the corner well. Red light was on, 3-1. Jets signed Atwell and Tolbert, just getting all the former second-round receivers that did nothing. Jeez. Yeah, Michigan better than Arizona, but they're both good. Yes, they're both very, very good. ESPN retains the Lulu Classic, but it's on a Sunday night. Huh. So it's not NBC. Witt, chopper to short. 6-4, no throw at first. They just get PCA out. Witt beats out the play. That'll be the first out. So Witt gets him over the fielder's choice. That'll send Bryce Harper up to bat. Italy hasn't played yet. Italy has not played yet. In comes Harper. White Sox, they weren't terrible second half of last season. That division's pretty crap, so. Yeah, while watching Atwell Tolbert, oof. It's not great. Not great. In comes Bryce Harper. Well-documented struggles this tournament. Hitting below the Mendoza line. 188. Witt plays for the Royals. Georgetown beats UConn. That would be... UConn has a tendency to play down to their opponents. 0-1 the count, fouled off. Well, Titans, I think I have a Navy one. If I have a Navy one, I'm going to replace it. Bills with the red one. The red ones are nicer. Red ones are way nicer. Little Classic was always Sunday baseball. Yep. It always is. I guess not this year. 0-1 to Harper. Swing and a miss on the fastball. He's chasing that high fastball. It's been his go-to spot, but he's behind on all these swings for the high fastball. Antonio Williams to Miami in round 3. Ooh. 0-2 the count. Pickoff play. Witt slides back in time. with ease. Something Harper is on the decline. He's not played well this tournament. Fell behind the count 0-2 last season. Harper got on board just 23% of the time. Harper lays off the slider inside 1-2. And the cameras are in place. That makes sense. Harper, just a lazy pop-up. Lazy pop-up to short, but drop the ball! They'll get the... Actually works out better. You'd rather have Harper on the base paths than Witt. No one calls the ball. It actually works out better for Canada having Harper on the base paths than Witt, because Witt has speed to kill, as we've seen over the years. Now Aaron Judge coming up. That's the second out, but Harper's struggles continue this tournament. He did say he didn't think this was a big deal, so he's playing like it. First pitch in there for a strike, 0-1. Yeah, I like the uniforms for the Titans. The logo I'm not crazy about, but the uniforms are nice. Oh, on the count. Slider misses way low and outside 1-1. No infield fly. Only applies if there's 2 runners on. Now with 1 runner on. 1-1. Yeah, they did on purpose. Yep, they did on purpose. Yep. They did that one on purpose. 1-1. Judge way inside on the fastball, 2-1. St. Louis extending shirts. I heard that there was some Sony money, and that's the reason why they were able to keep him from going to a different coaching gig. I think it's a good move. It's a really good move. I'm a bit surprised, but it's a really good move. 2 on the count to Judge. Soroka's on 47 pitches. 2-1 Judge lays off the off-speed pitch, 3-1. If he gets on, Schwarber is in the on-deck circle. Kind of looking for revenge. They need some win over the USA in something. In anything at this point. 3-1 to Judge. Outside on the cutter. 5-pitch walk. Pitch count's getting up there for Soroka. Again, it is up to 80. But he's over 49 pitches. This will be pitch number 50. But having Harper on the base just instead of Witt is big. Even though scoring position, he'll get a head start on any contact. But plays at the plate, more likely to get him out. Doesn't Illinois going far? I'm not sure they're going far either. Schwarber, first pitch. Lays it off outside and low. 1-0 the count. Soroka's struggling with control right now. 5 of his last 6 pitches have been for balls. Almost beating Bama? Oh, that'd be crazy bit thief. How's it going, RFK? Appreciate you tuning in. Ole Miss without winning the SEC, they're not getting it. No chance. No chance in getting it. Losing record. Schwarber way inside on the sweeper, 2-0. And now 6 of his last 7 pitches have been balls. Soroka well over 50 pitches already. Might not be able to squeeze more than 4 innings out of him with the limits and whatnot. 2-0. Cutter right down the middle. Red light was on. 2-1. Which I'm fine with. Make him throw a strike. There is activity in the Canadian pen. There's a lefty warming up. Couldn't make out who it is, but there is a lefty warming up in the pen. Schwarber. Lazy grounder to third. Might be able to beat it out. He's not the fastest guy, but beats out the play. Basically a bunt almost. And the bases are full. Schwarber with an infield single. Schwarber was hustling there. Out of the box. And Toro. The throw led Naylor way off the mark. In fact, good play by Naylor to prevent that from going into the dugout. Because that would have been the USA's second run. Carr wants to remember Mendoza on the Raiders? We'll see about that. Will they take Carr back? I'm not sure. 53 pitches, and now in comes Bregman. Bases loaded. USA has not been good this tournament with runners in scoring position. Bases loaded here. Last season, Bregman hit just 154. Only got on board 15% of the time last year with the bases full. Almost for the SEC are the biggest bit thief in March Madness history. NC State 2 years ago. I'd say NC State. Be a bigger bit thief. Especially seeing what they did. The weak bubble? No, losing record, you're not going to make the tournament. Unless you win the conference. So bases full. This is where Bregman really struggled last year. He struggled this tournament. Just a 154 on base percentage with the bases loaded. First pitch upstairs, 1-0. You got Schwarber on first. You got Judge on second. You got Harper on third. A chance to give the USA some insurance and blow this thing open. Got like Corner should be on the team. Wouldn't hate it. 1-0. Bregman. Good sweeper on the inside part of the zone in there for a strike. 1-1. Righty on righty here. 1-1. Down low. Good eye. Sinker was trailing 2-1. You figure this might be Soroka's last batter if he can't get out of this. Illinois disappeared for the 0-5 run. Yep, you're not kidding there. Pitch number 57 for Soroka. Bregman lays off that curve that's in there for a strike. 2-2 on the inside part. Took almost game bouts, 15 play hard. Yep, you can definitely tell they're hustling. They're hustling today. 2-2. It shoot out Hernandez. Yep, he deserved it. 2-2. Bregman, grounder, diving play at third. I'm not sure if that was the smartest move to dive for it. It's a high throw, and that's going to go into the dugout. That will score a second. Toro, I'm not sure why he dove for that ball. That would have been a 6-3 out with Otto Lopez. But Toro was just going to cut him off. Base hit and then error on the throw by Toro. He has had a howler of a game at third. Throwing the ball. Again, that was going to be an easy play for Lopez to get the 6-3 out. Would have beat him. But a high throw after diving. And 3-0 is the score. I am not sure what Toro was doing. Oh, the Canadian team, everyone was born in Canada on this Canadian team. This one's actually like an all-Canadian team. And Soroka's going to come out. With Anthony coming up. A bad outing for Soroka. Yep, bullying works. Yep. Even John Boy, and I hate John Boy. Even he was like broken clocks right twice a day. Just put it in play. Yep, just put it in play. Defense for Canada. Rough. And Toro just having a howler right now. I don't know why he cut that off. Christian Fort winning with 14 seconds left. Man. Well, that's to be made up. Because otherwise you won't get enough teams for the tournament that would be competitive. So they really relax the rules to try and grow the game. They might tie them up at some point, but they relax the rules to grow the game. Yeah, this is Team USA we expected. Yep. Yeah, this is easy to themselves. Yep. Yeah, DR leads big. Yeah, and they can get the mercy rule. They ain't get the mercy rule on that. Almost would actually be Batman. That'd be insane. Give it up for bot number 3. Even near the catcher said wouldn't have got on the bag in time for the out. Nope. You just let Lopez get that. That's not your territory. That was a grounder to short. That's not your territory. Why are you coming that far in? Mercy rule in these rounds? Yes. Yes, there is in these rounds. Semifinals and final, they don't use the mercy rule, but quarterfinals, they do. Quarterfinals, there is a mercy rule. Semifinals and finals now. You play all 9. Saying you go to line out 1-0, right? So new pitcher in for Canada. We're going to limit the damage. It's Ashman. So Mitch Ashman. Or Micah Ashman, I should say. Former 11th round pick by the Tigers back in 2024. So now in the Orioles system, 0-1 the count. He's a lefty. Ashman last year a 2.35 ERA across all levels in the minor leagues. Mainly high A. 0-2 the count though to Anthony. Native born Italians versus players of Italian ancestry. A lot of it's Italian ancestry. Anthony strikes out on the slider. Chase that one in the dirt. Look at that kid, yep. So Anthony can drive in the 2 runs. They leave 2 stranded, but the USA does get 2 across. They take a 3-0 lead. Going to the bottom of the 3rd. Webb's got some insurance. Yep, DR Mercy Rule. DR Mercy Rule, 10-0. Colts get Jonathan Owens. I'm shocked he's still in the league. Yeah, I don't know what that bat was for Anthony. Europe, Korea, yep. Should have brought Morneau and Gagne to the tournament, yes. So Anthony, bad strikeout there. 3 pitches for Ashman. He gets it done. Out of the pen. And now you have an idea of what he wants. So, this Mercurial career, yep. 10-0 there. So USA sends 7 to the plate that inning. Knockout should be Formula College World Series. I don't hate that idea. Problem is that you're never going to get best of 3. You'll never get that. They want to make this tournament as quick as possible. Get DR onto the semis with ease. Against the winner of this game. Any comments or follows me? Nothing besides Big Ten and SEC. No. Every other one is a Sunday, but that's a 1-bid league. Yeah, they have the losers country. We'll see it easily. The local town for the evening. Yes, they were. Oh man, right off Macon. Oh man. Honestly, best of 3. They're never going to agree to that. They want to get this tournament done as soon as possible. Jam it into 2 weeks. Christopher Newport going on to there. All right. Top of the order. Lopez, Naylor, O'Neill. Logan Webb, 2nd time through the order last season. Actually better than he was the first time through. 333 on-base percentage the first time through. Drops to 280 the second time through. Once he settles in, it's really nice. A 3-0 your score. We go bottom 3. Even like we see, folks, hit the like button, subscribe. It does help us out on the channel to try to grow this community even more. Winner of this game taking on Dominican Republic. For that bloodbath of a game. First pitch in there for a cold strike on the sinker. Lopez got a base hit last time. That chopper over the head of Bregman. The 0-1. Swing and a miss on the sweeper. 0-2. Good pitch there. A lot of horizontal movement on that one. Final round, that was best of 3, just had half a week. Oh, no, they mean something, Keller. Those ones mean something. If it's on a Saturday, it means something. 0-2, Lopez. Grounder to short. Witt. Routine play for him. Got that line-out play earlier, so that grounder is nothing. 6-3. 3 pitches, 3 strikes. That's the first out. 8-10 for St. Louis VCU. It would still mean something. Potentially Dayton for VCU. It would still mean something. Look, I have no problem if it's best of 3. I just think that they're not going to agree to it. I just don't think they'll agree to it. And here comes Josh Naylor. Webb on 35 pitches, and he can go 80. DeRosa said 70 is going to be his limit. An easy line out there for Witt. Only 4 pitches needed for the first 2 outs. This is good for the USA right now. You could potentially stretch Webb out a little bit. If you know 70 is the limit, he's at 36. He's halfway there. You can maybe get him to go 5 innings, potentially, at this rate. 70 is the limit. You get 5 out of him. That's really, really good. O'Neill up to bat. Again, struggled last year. Takes that sinker for a strike. 5 pitches, 5 strikes for Webb so far. He's doing a very good job getting ahead in the count. Now, Neal last season, after falling behind in the count, only got on board 28% of the time, and he's not going to get on board here. Lazy fly out to Anthony. Just 6 pitches needed, all strikes. 1, 2, 3, go to the Canadians. Logan Webb, masterful outing so far. Just 37 pitches thrown through 3 innings for Logan Webb. First MLB game I'm going to call, probably opening night. Why do Saturday ones mean something they're both comfortably in? Because you change the seed lines. By Saturday night, the bracket's decided. The problem is that by Saturday night, the entire bracket has been decided. And all that's left is determining the auto bids. That's just the way it is. Almost versus Oklahoma. Oh, that'd be crazy. So far, Kyle. Yep, so far. Yeah, keep the pitch count down. Yep. He can go 5. That could be a coincidence, but that is interesting, Dexy. That is interesting. You go one out of the Arizona-Iowa State game. Kyle Mercer, the only athlete ever drafted top 10 in both leagues. Yeah, waste of a pick for the A's, though. Big time waste of a pick for the A's. Can I challenge? Can I carry over Miami? We'll see. DR's a good team. Ashby out there for another inning of work. Got Anthony to strike out last time. Ashman, 23 years old, from Salt Lake City. Pitcher for Team Canada. And now in the Orioles system. Did have 1 outing in spring training with the Orioles and did not go well out. 4 hits in 2/3 of an inning. But got Anthony to strike out. Now if he's Cal Raleigh, who does not have a hit this tournament. One of 2 players on Team USA without a hit, alongside Buxton. 0-1 the count. Raleigh lays off that changeup outside 1-1. From a pitch count perspective, Ashman's not a starter. He's actually never started a game in a farm system for a major league team. He started 2 games at Utah back in 22, but primarily he was out of the pen. Change it there, swing and miss outside 1-2. In terms of pitches, most he threw in a game last year was 41. Usually goes around that 23 mark, so I figure he's going to go the 4th. 2-day show? No. I can't imagine it being a 2-day show. They tried dragging it out before, it didn't work. They know what they have. Check swing, Raleigh. Did he hold up on the slider? He did, 2-2. UK got Mercy roll today and still fall, man. So I figure Ashman's probably going to go about 20. And for Canada, hopefully they can get him to go finish this 4th inning. Raleigh, 2-2. Swing and a miss, strikes out. Back-to-back strikeouts thrown by Ashman out of the pen to start. Raleigh now 0-for-8 this tournament. Is he going to come back for that? You do get, so if your first round pick does not sign, you do get, at least in the old days, not anymore, but in the old days, you did used to get a first round pick at the end of the round the following year. First pitch, upstairs. Wait, what the? I thought that was strike 3. Well, now it is strike 3. Yeah, it's not going to be 2 days now. I can't see it happening. So Terang coming up. Yeah, Bragg needs to be in the first half hour, at least first 40 minutes. The pacing right now is pretty good. Terang, first pitch, in their first strike, 0-1. Looking comfortable out of the pen so far. Terang, good against lefties last year, hit 305 versus 280 against righties. No difference for Ashman between facing righty batters and lefty batters. Terang, like I say, good against lefties, and that gets over the head of the third baseman for a base hit. First base runner allowed by Ashman out of the pen. It gets over the head of Toro. And USA gets a runner on board. That will send PCA up to bat with the 2 home runs against Italy. Late to come to the deficit. Why does Vandy Host determine they have the worst court? Well, it's not their arena. At least it's not Assembly Hall. So PCA up to bat. The All-Star last year with the Cubs. First pitch. Upstairs, 1-up. Bound back in it. Oh, man. That'd be a crazy bit thief. Bubble teams are begging that Ole Miss loses. PCA last year struggled against lefties. Hit just 188 against lefties compared to 271 against righties. So not a good matchup for him, but he is ahead in the count 2-0. And last year, when he got ahead in the count 2-0, he got on board 48% of the time. But they go back to the top of the order for Witt after this is done. 2-0 to PCA. Check swing, laid off the slider. It was outside. Good job there pulling back. 3-0 the count. Shows bunt, pulls back. Red light was on. 3-1. Not sure if PC would bunt on 3-0, but try to just get the infield in. Last year, Ashman walked just 13 batters in 57 innings of work in the minors. Just 2 walks per 9. So good control, and he shows it there. So he gets him to blow by that fastball upstairs, full count. The PCS so far looking good, yep. Right, can't have him, Dexy. Johnny Manziel got drafted by the Padres. Johnny got drafted by the Padres. I'll like get up to 2016. Oh, yeah, that show was who, man? 2016 show was rough. 3-2 the count. See if they send the runner here. They send Terang. 3-2 PCA. Center field with space at the track is Clark to make the play. So Ashman battles back. Similar spot to where Harper hit it back in the first. Clark underneath it. Just missed a home run there, and that's the second out. Arizona at the buzzer. Oh, man. 5 games for goodness? Sounds about right. At least it wasn't a minor suspension. If Arizona locked up a 1 seed. Arizona's locked up a 1. Back to the top of the order now for Witt. Good contact there by PCA. Good at bat, just couldn't get it done. Now in comes Bobby Witt. Missed outside 1-0. And Ashman nearing 20 pitches. You figure that's going to be it for him after this inning. You can't wait to get out of the stadium. Yep. How many close calls have the USA had? Lone Depot, I think these are going out. Lone Depot, they're going out. 1-0. Witt lays it off 2-0. Once again, Ashman falls behind the count 2-0. Bobby Witt, a guy that gets on board more than 52% of the time. For Canada had the count 2-0. He always had a battle. He had a 9-pitch at bat in the first inning to draw a walk. Not going to do it here. So he swings on 2-0, chop right back to Ashman. And despite the hit by Terang, it's not going to matter. It's a 1-3 out. Flips it to Naylor. We go bottom 4. 3-0 remains your score. Oh, you have Chippy? Ooh. I wonder who that would be. I actually don't know on that. Sarah, that could have been 2 with a loss. UConn wins the Big East. UConn won the Big East. They could have been. He technically was the last active player from the Expos. He technically was. Harper Fly with a homer in 24 parks. Jeez. At bottom 4. Just a 6-pitch inning last time for Webb. It was just in the middle of summer. Having games in Wrigley and Fenway. Problem is if you get a rain delay. Well, at least there's nowhere there you could have a rain delay here, except for Puerto Rico. Can prove with St. John's shooting against Seton Hall. Give a 50-50 chance to make the tournament. I don't think Seton Hall's making it at this point. Wild season. Wild season. All right, 3-0 your score. And winner of this game takes on Puerto Rico. Or excuse me, Dominican Republic, not Puerto Rico. Take on Dominican Republic on Sunday night. We'll be on the call for that one, regardless of how this one turns out. And during that, there is no mercy rule. Semifinals and final, no mercy rule, and pitch max is 95, not 80. Webb, the plan was to go 70. Yeah, almost they were, yes. They were one of the worst teams in. That'd be a crazy bit thief if they could do it. All right, only need 6 pitches last time out to go 1-2-3. Sweeper. Thought it nudged the outside part of the zone. Not going to get the call. 1-0. 4, 5, 6 hitters due up here. It's Casey, Toro, and Black. Sweeper in there for a strike. 1-1. Webb so far has struck out 9 batters across 7 innings during this World Baseball Classic. He has been phenomenal. Now he faces one of the top 50 prospects in Major League Baseball. 1-1 to Casey outside on the changeup. 2-1. Casey, the leader on the team in batting average for Canada, also leads in RBI with 5. Casey, center field underneath it for the first out. It's PCA. So Webb's received 10 pitches for the last 4 outs. I mean, technically 11 for the last 5. Now I'll send Toro up to bat. He's had a bad day defensively. That diving play at third instead of just letting it go to Lopez. A big reason why the USA got 2 back in the 3rd inning. Toro is not on a 40-man roster. He's on the Royals, but not on the 40-man roster. And it's not playing like a guy that belongs on the roster right now either. At least this game. He is second on the team in batting average, 467, but it's had a howler today, 0 for 1, and his defense has left a lot to be desired. Sweeper misses down low, 1-1. LB allow players to participate in LA. Different. That's a bit different because with baseball, you have to stop the season. NFL, you don't have to stop the season. NFL would be middle of July before training camp even starts. Yeah, Japan could lose tomorrow. It's going to be very interesting to see how it plays out. Toro into right center. That's going to be a base hit. 4th hit today for the Canadians, and Toro gets on board with his team-high 8th hit of the tournament. USA performance versus Italy was worse than Hammer to Sports than Zach Campbell. Jeez. Now send Tyler Black up to bat. Toro starts Omaha. Fact. Oh, definitely fact. He's not starting on the Major League roster. He's on the 40-man. Yeah, Titans new logo not crazy about, but the uniforms are great. NHL and PWHL experience boost in popularity from players in the Olympics. Why would MLB do it? They don't really need the boost. And also, it's a lot easier to cram in an NHL calendar, but MLB you're playing all the time anyways. If your guys play in the Olympics, it might devalue the World Baseball Classic, and it would also force the World Series probably middle of November. We have to start the season in mid-March. It would not be great. Jalen Jones back to Chicago, I should say. 1-year deal back with the Bears. 0-2 the count. Black 0 for 1 today. He's 0 for 7 this tournament. 0-2 lays off the sweeper in the dirt. 1-2. Hey, did not offer that one. Black was playing very well in spring training in his limited appearances before he went up to Team Canada. Was 8 for 12 in spring training. That success has not carried over to the World Baseball Classic. 1-2. Black lays off the fastball on the outer part of the zone. 2-2 the count. And Wick got to hand the count on this one. 0-2. Last season, opponents got on board just 21% of the time after he got to hand the count 0-2. But Black battling here. Pitch number 6 of the at-bat comes in once shot foul down the first base line. Two. Black, swing and a miss on the changeup. Wild swing there, way off balance, and that's another strikeout for Webb, his 4th of the tournament. Or 4th of the game, I should say. It's Black looking for his first hit of the tournament, not going to get it there. 2 out. Make a quick out here with Naylor, and you have a really good chance to go 5. Zach Campbell of the NFL? I'm not sure there is one. First pitch. Steers it inside 1-0. When GTA 6 comes out, the fool will be widespread. And whenever it comes out, I don't know when it's coming out. UC on 15-2 run, jeez. 1-0, Naylor lays off the sweeper. It was a good eye. 2-0. Virginia 29 for you. They're a good team. ACC's kind of weak this year, but they're a good team. 2-0 the count. Grounder to first, and Harper. So right there, he'll tag the bag for the 3rd out. Another good inning there for Webb. 4 shutout innings, so we'll go a 5th. Probably no more than that, but you got everything you need to out of Webb so far. Moving World Baseball Classic to summertime? No, they're not going to take off for the MLB season. Is that the reason why men's Olympic soccer is U23? Because FIFA didn't want to overshadow the World Cup? Yep, and also it's during the season. You know, Hampel sucks, yeah. What would it look like? I don't even know what it would look like. That'd be crazy, Eli. That'd be crazy. We'll see what happens. Fingers crossed, man. Right, in-season tournament only works if the roster is made the same if there's an interruption. Yep. Right, you can't keep the football. You have to return it. So there wouldn't be a Zach Hampel. Right, they're not going to move World Baseball Classic to summertime. So we go top 5 here. We'll see if Canada makes a pitching change with Ashman on 20. Or over 20 at this point. Give him 6. Well, the thing is that Webb, they said the plan was have him go 70. Webb right now is at 54. So Webb's at 54. The plan, according to DeRosa, was to go 70. Well, not too bad, Eli. I mean, he can go 80, but the plan was to have him go 70. Virginia's a 3 seed. I'm going to say fiction. I think they're going to be a 4. I'm going to go 4 seed on that. Pitch max for the semis and finals. Yep, 95. But no one's thrown more than 95 regardless. I've never been to Minneapolis before, so I've never been to that stadium. I've never been to Minneapolis. But no one's going more than 95 anyways in the first week of the season regardless. So the max is 95 for the finals and the semis. Iowa, yes, they're in. Iowa's in. Easily. Easily. It's not even close. All right, we go top 5. Looks like Ashman's going to stay out there. 70 for tournament. Yep. But that's fine. At this stage, that's fine. Webb's not coming out of the pen. All right. Yeah, Ashman's staying out there. Bit surprised by this. Again, Ashman pitched well so far. 1 1/3 out of the pen. He's done his part. But usually doesn't go too much more than 20. And he'll have Harper due up here. Harper, Judge, Schwarber. All got on board last time. Granted, Harper got on board the fielder's choice. And Harper hit better against lefties last year than righties. 273 versus 253. 0-1 the count. Calhoun, I think he's going to stay. Chopper to first. And I'll just tag the bag. Naylor for the first out. I think Calhoun's going to stay because of the conference change. I think he's staying. Iowa State will be a 2 or 3. I'm thinking the 2 line. I something will be okay. They're not going to punch him too much for losing Arizona close. It just sit Bryce. Yeah, Bryce has been terrible. He doesn't want to be here. He's been terrible. Problem is, I'm not putting Goldie at first. You got to figure something out. You got to get away, put Henderson in the lineup. Because Henderson's too good. Judge, down low on the changeup, 1-0. Yeah, Hempel will do the toss cutter test? Yes, it would be. La Tech football, I think they're going to be Sunbelt. I would think they'll go Sunbelt. But both conferences think they have them. It's so funny. They have like 35 games on their schedule right now. 1-0, Judge. Ooh, that did not look like a strike. He laid off that fastball in the inside part of the zone. Won't get the call. 1-1. This one's on Fox. Yes, this game's on Fox. 1-1 the count. Judge. Easy grounder to third. Toro this time. Oh, that was not a great throw. Toro, I don't know what he's doing right now with the glove. But Naylor just barely stayed on the bag for the second out. Toro is making things a bit nervy. Just hit it to third and hope for the best at this point. That was not a great throw. At conference tournaments, I love that time of year, RFK. Indiana, they don't need to sweat out. They're not making it. Indiana's not sweating out anything. They're not making it. You think of the guy, yes, they wrote songs for all the Disney Renaissance movies. Yep, that's where my mind goes to first. 1-0 the count. You're trying to aim release throws. Just bunt it. Honestly, the strategy right now, bunt. I know, like, they won't do it. I'm bunting every play. 1-0, swing and a miss on the slider down low, 1-1. With how bad Toro's been, I am bunting down the third base line on every play. You know what? Illinois Wesleyan, all right. Schwarber 1 for 2. Probably some Sunbelt, yeah. But they'll play Sunbelt. Yeah, 8 Sunbelt AQs on the schedule. It's nuts. Schwarber. Chopper to first. Naylor will step on the bag himself, and 1, 2, 3 go the Americans. So Ashman does his part. Quick at-bats. 7 outs for Ashman out of the pen. He's done his job. Now we'll see if the Canadian bats can do theirs. They go bottom 5. Remains a 3-0 game. But at this point, honestly, I'm just butting down the third base line. As long as Toro's out there, I am butting down the third base line on every single play and being like, you know what? You beat me. So the ground balls, yeah. I'm in great contact so far. Bring ABS to World Baseball Classic. It's going to happen, I think, by 2030. The problem is that the stadiums right now don't, like, all the stadiums don't have it. The problem is that all the stadiums right now don't have ABS. So. Bone piece here. What? Yep. Yeah, that'd be crazy, Eli. That'd be crazy if that happened. Manfred Hample, how much would his reputation turn around? It would do wonders. He'd be the greatest commissioner of all time. Only 2 brackets have Indiana making March Madness. Yeah, I think everyone lost to Northwestern. They're not making it. They're not making it. I could have it for the final 8. You could, because all the stadiums. But you don't want to change the rules of the tournament midway through. But then again, they changed the pitch count midway through. So. Toronto against Pulp Fiction. I'm going to go fiction on that. I moved to DH. Personally, I would move Toronto to DH. Get Black out of that spot. He's if LA wins against UTO. That's never first timer. And the WAC would be furious about that. Haters would be mad about that. I move Toronto to DH and put someone else at third. Because right now, he doesn't have it. Yeah, lowest seed ever win was Auburn. Ole Miss would definitely be the lowest if they do it. St. Thomas up on watch? All right. So Webb is going to go a fifth. They can figure this will be his last inning. So the plan was to have him go 70. Clark, it's 8-9-1. Sinker in there for a strike, 0-1. Be Clark, Julian, and Lopez. Big hack at that changeup on the inside, 0-2. He goes 1, 2, 3 in the fifth. Brings someone out for the sixth, and you go from there. Again, I'd let Webb go 80, but DeRosa say he's only going to go 70, so. Personally, I let Webb go as long as he wants. 0-2, Clark lays off the high fastball, 1-2. Clark last season after falling behind 0-2 only got on board 14% of the time. Trying to battle back here. He will not be able to do so. Change up. The bottom part of the zone. Got him swinging. Strikeout number 5 for Logan Webb. In comes Julian. This Webb is a man on a mission right now. That off-speed pitch is nasty. Schedule for tomorrow? I think we're doing... I've not decided yet. Well, video is coming out tomorrow. Once I get the copyright situation figured out with Catapult and XOS. Julian, first pitch, changeup in there. They got a part of the zone. That changeup is so good. Commissioner Stephron with Hampel? We have not. No, we have not. We should be doing both games tomorrow for the World Baseball Classic. I'm not sure yet what the plan is. Sweeper in there for a strike. 0-2. On the bottom part of the zone. I'll let you know on the schedule for tomorrow. With conference tournaments and everything, I will let you know. It depends on who wins and whatnot. 0-2 to Webb. Or Julian, I should say. Changeup just misses. Similar spot to the last two pitches. Outside, outside, outside. Part. Now you figure work him inside. Couldn't get a bite on the outside, so now you work him inside. 1-2. Or just go way outside on that sweeper. That completely got away from him. 2-2. Yeah, they're lobbying. They're gonna lobby, but it's not gonna matter. They're gonna lobby. They need talking points. Tip clip. Right, seven tournament. Yeah. That one outside the changeup. But from 0-2 goes to 3-2. And the last two pitches have not been remotely close. Same rest rules apart for the rounds. I would think the rest rules. Yeah, I think the rest rules are pretty standard across the entire thing. 3-2. Full count to Julian. Outside, and Webb throws 4 straight balls. The final 3 not even close. And Julian's able to get on board, battling back from 0-2. Yeah, this will be it. Hockey? Hopefully soon, yeah. Yeah, March Madness is going to be tough, but hopefully we can do it soon. Playoffs will be doing for sure. We're definitely going to see like a playoffs. I'm only down 3. Oh, man. And that'll definitely be it for him after this inning. Otto Lopez coming up. Webb has gone longer than any U.S. starter so far this tournament. 3rd time through the order now for Webb. It's actually pretty similar numbers for 2nd time through versus 3rd time through. There's no real variation between the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd time through. If anything, he's worse the 1st time through than he is 2nd and 3rd. 1-0 the count. That's 5 straight balls now thrown by Webb. He's at 65 pitches. March Madness, how much will I be doing? Depends on, as we have a mound visit here, depends on High Point, depends on where they play. So I might go to the game. The Killers get loose. Yep. Frozen 4, maybe. Depends on how the schedule lines up. Might be able to use Frozen 4. Because High Point, there's certain regionals where I would go to the game. So it depends on that. One other count. Hey, David Russell, both my coaches, man. Lopez fouls it off his foot. So after 5 straight balls. Webb battles back, makes it 1-1. So talking about his medicine. I mean, I get you. I get you. I mean, look, UMass was a bad loss. It was a really bad loss with UMass. Don't let the media get to you. Don't let the media get to you. So Lopez trying to shake that one off. Gives a thumbs up. He's okay. One the count. Sinker misses down low, and now 6 of his last 7 pitches have been balls. Webb's starting to lose some control here. There's activity in the pen. Looks like Jesse Plemons, yeah. Sabres look good right now, Eddie. Sabres look good. 2 on the count. That one's sinker in there on the outer part of the zone for a strike. 2-2. I'm watching this one on Fox, Maddie. Which regional was that? Greenville? Tampa? Maybe St. Louis? Not sure. Right, they stream all the games on YouTube, so can't really do that. And now Webb's at 70 pitches. Or will be after this one. And the plan was to have him go 70, so this might be his final batter. So kind of making him face a lot more pitches in the 5th. 2-2. Outside 3-2. And low. If he walks back to back, I think you got to pull him at this point. How are the Marlins and broadcast? All right. Just quad 4s always be considered bad. Grounder right back to Webb. 1, do they get the out? Safe, but first is out. So 1-4-3. Can't get the double play. The hit and run was on. The runner was going. So they don't get Julian out at second. He's in scoring position. But they do get the runner out at first. About to blow Gasco legal streams? You should. I'm about to blow one too. It's nuts. Someone's got to take him to court at this point. Because it's insane. Oh, don't be scared for Miami. They're going to be fine. And Webb's going to come out. They said he was going to go 70. He goes 70. Good pull. So new pitcher coming in for the USA. Webb does his job. 4 2/3. Because there is a rule of copyright that if you don't protect your copyright, if you let people use it, then you don't have it anymore. It'd be very interesting to see someone take that. Doesn't have to tag the runner? Why would you tag the runner? It's a force at second. Brad Keller is coming in. So Keller, the new pitcher. Yeah, we'll be okay. Yeah, it depends on the network, Billy. And Webb did everything he needed to. Right, then they started nixing everything. So Brad Keller coming in. The Phillies pitcher on the Cubs last year. They have electric heroes, yep. Yeah, every college basketball game on ESPN is on YouTube. Right, networks spend a crap ton of money too. So Keller coming up. I'll face Naylor here. Wait, who needs to whenever we have YouTube? Yep. Crazy. Runner on second. Keller spent last year with the Cubs. 2.07 ERA, struck out 75 and 69 and 2/3. We'll get Naylor and shop out to first here, and Harper will just tag the bag for the final out. We go top 6. Only 2 pitches by Keller. He'll go the 6th, you figure. 3-0 your score. Have a chance to win blocked foul. Oh boy. Ole Miss, man. They're both pretty bad, RFK. They're both pretty bad. And I need some breathing room. But, USC Stewart's part. You figure Ashman's gone. Ole Miss to the semis. Be the greatest bid thief ever. We'll see who Canada brings on. Show the game. Yeah, new pitcher coming in. Ashman's done for getting 7 outs. And it will be Philippe Amon coming in. You recognize that name. He pitched for the Phillies back in 2015. He has not been in the major leagues since 2015. He's actually not pitched competitively outside of Team Canada. Has not pitched competitively since he was with the Ottawa Champions in Canada's league, the Canadian American Association. A 37-year-old coming out of the pen on the bump here, representing Canada back in 2023 at the World Baseball Classic as well. Represented them in 2009 at the second World Baseball Classic ever played. If you're wondering how old this guy was, he played in the Futures game back in 2008. This guy was in the Futures game in 2008. We saw multiple pitchers on Brazil who were not born yet when this guy was pitching in the Futures game at the old Yankee Stadium. First pitch misses inside 1-0. It's Bregman, Anthony, and Raleigh going 1-2, going 5, 6, 7. They're going to be the batters here. Amon. Right down the middle. Bregman gets a good hold of that one. That's fair. That's gone. It's just foul. About a foot away from hitting the foul pole. Oh, he's still a future? Yes, he's a future. Playing the Futures game for the love of the game. Yep. Got a good hold of that one. That was just hanging over the middle of the plate. That was a laser. At least 105 off the bat. That was a laser. That was hanging up there. Amon knows he got away with one there. 1-1 the count. Bregman lays off the fastball. Only 93 on the fastball. So 4-seamer is definitely lower than the Major League average. Two on the count. Bregman. Ooh, that almost hit him. He actually had to duck out of the way of that one. Thrown behind. Obviously, no ill intent there. But so far, I'm on 4 pitches, 3 nowhere close, and one of them was a meatball over the middle of the plate. 3-1. That one's a meatball, but 5-3 on the out is Toro going to throw out Bregman So that was right over the middle on the cutter, 90 on the gun. But Bregman just not powerful enough contact there. And that's the first out. You know, DR is so good right now. Hip clip. DR is so good. Ole Miss upset in Bama. Man. Something almost summers this game. You know, that's been the theme for the USA so far. And now in comes Anthony. Struck out last time with 2 on. Chance for USA to get some insurance. Couldn't take advantage. That time lays off the curve. 1-0 the count. Anthony, another curveball, not even close. Same exact spot as the last one. 2-0 the count. Anthony playing well this tournament, but he's 0 for 2 today. Looking on board for the first time. 2-0, Anthony lays off the cutter. That's a strike, 2-1. Upper part of the zone on that. St. Thomas up by 3. All right, so the lead has been cut down in that one. Gator Baseball, 1-0. Walk it off. Bounced back after the High Point Series last week. Not that I was complaining about that. I was really happy with how that High Point Series went. 2-2 the count. Should have gotten the sweep. Two. Anthony lays off the fastball way outside. Only 86 on that fastball. There are going to be opportunities on Amon. There is going to be some opportunities this inning. Full count to Anthony. Fouls it off, we stay alive. Anthony last year on a full count only got on board 39% of the time. Thank you, Adila. Yep. Titania, yep. Dodged the bullet there. Cutter right down the middle. Anthony gonna beat it out. 3 players converge. No one's on first. The Canadian defense has been atrocious today. There's no one on first, and Anthony, a slow-rolling chopper, will get there with no throw. Infield single. St. Thomas wins, all right. The pitcher, the first baseman, Naylor, and the second baseman all converge for the ball. Right now, it's like watching U5 soccer, where there's no structure. You just chase the ball around. You don't know where you are. You're just chasing the ball. You're not staying in a spot. You're just chasing it around. No one's staying in their spot. And the USA gets on board what should have been a routine 3-1 out. You almost, that's a bubble beware. That changes the bracket. 1-0. Raleigh down low 2-0. That's the first time the SK tournament could mean something on Sunday. This is insane. You who on first, nobody on second. Who's covering third? Yeah, St. Thomas. Good for them. 2-0 the count. Raleigh looking for his first of the tournament. This would be a good time to get it. Right over the middle of the plate. That's fair. That's another one. Second deck, but foul. How many cutters is this man going to leave over the middle of the plate? I mean, Raleigh, that's a home run derby pitch. And that's a cutter with no speed, thrown by a 37-year-old who hasn't pitched in the majors in over a decade. Has pitched competitively in half a decade, more than half a decade. Right over the middle of the plate, and Raleigh takes it to the second deck, but just foul. Raleigh will lay off that fastball 3-1. Canada's fortunate it's only 3-0. Because Amon's getting taken to the woodshed right now. Like, this is insanity. Some of these pitches, he's hanging. Like, Urinating Tree could have multiple hits over Amon right now if he pitched the entire way. Like, that's how bad this is. No offense, Tree. But he's hanging these fastballs over the middle of the plate. And they're not even, like, fast. 3-1 the count. Raleigh, can he get on board here? He can. Lays off the cutter. 5-pitch walk. They got to take Amon out. He's face 3. Mound visit here. They got to take him out. Committee will leave Miami out? No, I don't think they will. With 1 loss with how weak the bubble is? No, I don't think so. Yeah, they got to get Amon out. They will. They will get Amon out. Quick hook, but the right hook. After how poor he looked. Good at golf? Yes. I can play golf. After how poor he looked, you had to do it. You just had to do it. What is it about trees? He hints are just like me. Have you seen him play baseball? Oh my goodness. Mako's coming in. And I'm on... Might be the last time we ever see him on a mound. So Adam Mako. Actually from Slovakia. But he is in the Blue Jays system. He's on the 40-man roster of the Jays. Played last year in AAA with Buffalo. 5.06 ERA and 64 innings of work. Almost wins Miami the first team out. I'm going to say fiction. I don't think Oklahoma will be the first out at that point. I'll say Oklahoma's the first out. Or VCU, knowing them. Yeah, OU should be in over Auburn, if it comes down to that. Yeah, 10 to 12 almost homers, yep. So first and second here. I accidentally put the base instead of the out. So 1 out, first and second. And Adam Mako coming in, the former 7th round pick by the Mariners back in 2019. He's going to face Bryce Terang. Mako can go a long ways. He did pitch last year routinely over 70 pitches. So you figure Mako is in this for the long haul. Should be able to get you, with a quality outing, out of the sitting, the 7th and the 8th. Then the 9th, you see what happens. If you're the plan for Mako is to have him go 7-8. And the plan was to have him go 7-8-9. Then obviously Amon just completely played like crap in that 6th inning for Canis. So moved up a little bit. Slider in there for a strike, 0-1 on the bottom part of the zone. Terang and PCA, the 2 men due up here for the USA. Good start to the inning. Can they add some insurance? Terang. Contact off the pitcher's mound, base hit. Up the middle, off the mound. That should get a run across it at will. Runners on the corners. Still 1 out. Terang, RBI single. 4-0. Good contact up the middle. Gets Anthony home. And then a lucky bounce off the pitcher's mound. Yeah, tweet it. Yeah, I could get hit too, and I never pat. Yeah, me too. Terang. He's having a great tournament. The middle infielders for the USA have come to play between Henderson, Terang, and Witt. Some tough decisions for DeRosa in that department if they get to the semifinals. PCA. First pitch. Good contact into center. Then it's going to drop for a base hit. The bottom of the order contributing for the USA. Back-to-back singles. And it's 5-0. And USA looks like they're on cruise control. They can smell a date with a DR on Sunday night. And good contact here. Mako, 2 hits allowed on 3 pitches. Satoria, throw him in USA unit for semis. Why the heck not? Back to the top of the order for Bobby Witt. He's 0 for 2 this game. First pitch in the dirt on the fastball, 1-0. Got a fire from BW Fuck. Italy knocked out the Euro playoff. Could they still be selected by FIFA? They could, yes. I've heard rumors that because they'd be the highest ranked team, they could be selected. I could see that. Appreciate the 5 on that one. Yeah, because they'd be the highest ranked team that misses. So I could see that happening. It'd be a crap way they get it, but Witt inside on the fastball, 2-0. Harper's in the on-deck circle. Mako was good as a reliever last year in the minors. 217 average versus 261 as a starter. But obviously this relief appearance has not gone well for him. That fastball right down the middle takes it for a called strike. Red light was on, 2-1. USA 4 for 7 with runners in scoring position today. They're doing their part. They're not doing it during group play. 2-1 the count. Witt. Changeup. Grounder to third. 5-3 as Toro steps on the bag and then throws it across to Naylor. So USA gets 2 that inning. They will get no more, but they do get the insurance that they need. 5-0 as Witt. He's actually struggled today from the plate. 0 for 3. But other guys are stepping up the bottom of the order. Terang and PCA, back-to-back singles. Give the USA a 5-0 lead. They get some cushion. So go to the bottom of the 6th. Where was this during the Italy game? Yeah, good question. Well, it was a bad lineup. It was a really bad lineup. How'd she explain to her son? I have no idea. Yeah, I'll take it. Thank you for the BS of 09. He'd be introvert. All good, Detroit. All good on that one. You can't have some other farts. It's not great right now. 5-0 your score. Vera Keller's going out there for another ring of work. Yeah. The effort's been a lot better. Who's better, Canada or USA versus Italy? Canada. I did not know that, Hip Clip. I did not know that. Well, this lineup actually makes sense. What's see what Miami get? Florida? 7 or 8, is my guess. Gonna clone Messi 10 times to DH and Navas as Mavs World Cup team for Pretoria. Yeah, Pretoria, that would... Pretoria could do some damage in the World Cup. Peter as the goalie would take up the entire net, so... Bama seed at this point? 5. I'm going to go 5. So Keller out there. They're finishing off the 5th, relieving Webb. I'll have the heart of the order here. O'Neill, who's 1 for 2 today, followed by Casey, and then Toro. First pitch misses down low, 1-0 the count. And like we see, folks, if you like, comment, subscribe to this episode. It's on the channel. O'Neill, fastball in the bottom part of the zone in there for a strike, 1-1. Brad Keller now with the Philadelphia Phillies. Started off with the Royals. Drafted by the D-backs back in 2013. Made his Major League debut in 2018 with the Royals. Then we were the White Sox, Red Sox, Cubs, and now on the Phils. I got the grounder there to second, 4-3. Terang to Harper for the first out. Winner of this game goes to the semifinals. They'll take on the DR, just Mercy Rule Korea, 10-0. Mercy Rule goes away for the semis and the finals. Yeah, beat him in hockey. Yep, so much for that. Fastball misses outside, 1-0 the count. Keller last year was superb to end the season. A 156 batting average in September and October. A .048 average in August. I mean, he was phenomenal. He allowed just 7 hits the final 2 months of the year with an average allowed of .094. But it's behind 3-0 here as that fastball misses down low. Surprise team this year? I'm going A's. This Keller did what he did against Italy. 3-0 the count. Red light was on the fastball in the first strike, 3-1. Are they being excluded? Well, they're allowed to compete, but they don't want to compete. Live band today? No, they're doing an 80s night at the bar, so I'm going. They're doing an 80s night with a band that I really like. 3-1 the count to KC. Lays off the slider in the dirt, 5-pitch walk. And KC gets on board. I'll send Toro up to bat. Had a base hit last time. Good contact into left. 2 earlier on Kansas. 13-2, man. Yeah, Kansas, I'm not sure they get past the first weekend. I don't know. First pitch in there for a strike, 0-1. Clemson, I'm going to go a 9 seed. I'll go 9 for Clemson. That one way inside on the fastball, 1-1. Almost grazed him on the thigh. Well, that's good. Mississippi Valley State, they're going to get the 1 seed. Yep, they will. They walk in, walk Casey. Yep. And Mississippi Valley State's going to win it all. Toro, big swing and miss on that changeup on the outer part of the zone. 1-2 the count. The A's can mash. The A's can mash the ball. One, two. Toro just fouled down the left field line, but stay alive. Canada's never made it to the knockout rounds. Toro, chopper, right back to the shortstop. Witt just gets the out. 6-3 was a slow rolling chopper. No chance of turning 2. Runner advances to second, but Toro is caught out. Nice play there by Witt. The barehanded pickup. Smart play there, too. Yep. Clemson, they can beat Duke. Yeah, Duke did not look great yesterday. Yeah, DR Mercer roll 3-run homer. Yeah, NL, surprised you might consider the Marlins. Yeah, I would see that. Pistons back on track. Yep. So he got the ground back from Boston. No challenge there. Black coming up. He's 0 for 2 today. Looking for his first of the tournament. USA has made it to the knockout round each of the last 2 tournaments. Looking to make it for the 3rd straight year. Canada's never made it before. USA's made it 3 times. Made it in 09 where they came in 4th. 2017 where they won the whole thing. And then 2023 where they lost in that great final to Japan. 0-1. Black. Chopped foul. 0-2. If Black gets on board for one of the few times this tournament, again, he's never had a hit this tournament, Bo Naylor is the man in the on-deck circle. Low and outside on the changeup, 1-2. Keller nearing 20 pitches. You figure he will not go the 7th. 1-2. That one's ripped over the head of Bregman for a base hit into left field. Runner's going to come around to score. And Canada's on the board, 5-1. Black's first hit of the tournament. It's a big one. Gives Canada their first run of the game. Announcers, I think it's Davis and Smoltz. Yeah, I think Latek's going to be Sunbelt next year, but no one knows. I'll make a call to the pen now, so Keller's done. The Grizzlies have sucked. Well, they only have like 8 guys healthy right now. Like, they have no one. Bo Naylor coming up. Says that was first Elite 8. All right. Yeah, Pistons so far might have won the trade. So USA going to their 3rd pitcher of the day. Utah State already up 11-8 over Nevada. Yep. I mean, Utah State's in. Nevada, they can be a bit thief. So I don't know who's coming in just yet for Team USA, but Keller is done on about 20 pitches, 19 to be exact. Will be Spire coming in. So Spire is going to replace him. Yeah, I might have to sue for the Grizzlies at this point. Yeah, put me in, coach. So Spire is coming in. Spire, 2 innings pitched so far this tournament. 2 strikeouts. Did allow a home run. Yeah, boards off the roster. Yep. Bullpen management so far. Can't hate it. Can't hate DeRosa's lineup or bullpen management today. I just say that because it's working. Can't hate on what he's doing right now. Spire last year with the Mariners, best year of his career. A 2.61 ERA in 62 innings. Positive WAR. Big part of the Mariners' pen, helped them get to the ALCS last year. I just build a bridge to Miller. Yep. Absolutely. Miller's your guy. If it's close, Miller's your guy. Spire on the bump for the 3rd time this tournament. First pitch, strike 0-1. That one's a cold strike. 0-2 the count. Canada got their first run of the game last time with Black. He's on first. Bo Naylor 1 for 2 today, trying to keep the inning alive. The 0-2 Naylor way upstairs on that fastball. 1-2. Being used to manage would be the easiest job in the world. It should, in theory. Should be. 1-2 to Naylor. Way upstairs again. 2 junk pitchers on fastballs that miss way upstairs. 2-2. And last year, Naylor only got on board 15% of the time when he fell behind the count 0-2. But getting back to 2-2 relatively easily. Then off-speed pitch on the slider, and that's gone. That is gone. Left a slider hanging into the upper deck, and Naylor with a 2-run shot. Canada back in this thing, 5-3. Spire's 2nd home run he's allowed this tournament. Most of the runs Team USA's allowed this tournament have been off homers. And Bo Naylor making things a little bit interesting. I think San Jose State wins that one. Naylor, his first home run. Canada's 3rd home run of the tournament. And Spire, for the 2nd time out of the pen, allows a homer. Now things get a little bit dicey. USA still in front. They got the insurance from earlier, but Canada's within striking distance. Slider, swing and a miss inside, 0-1. Your D-backs are in 4. Yeah, I think that's my predictions too, Rob. Yep. How's it going, Vito? Appreciate you tuning in. 0-1. Swing and a miss on the slider inside, 0-2. You have 10 home runs allowed by Team USA this tournament. Now it misses 1-2. So Spire, once again, he's having the count 0-2. And we knew this would be a game. I knew this would be a game. 1-2. That one misses, and from 0-2 back to 2-2 on 2 pitchers that are nowhere close. Spire's just throwing junk for the sake of throwing junk at this point. When he gets down the count 0-2, just throw some junk pitches. Lets him battle back for nothing. Then Clark fouls off the fastball inside. Stay alive at 2. Canada 3 runs this sitting. They're back in this. Clark fouls off another fastball down the right field line. Yeah, Alec Thomas is going to be good, I think. Alec Thomas, he's so good defensively. I think he's going to be a good player. Yeah, Walker's going to be wide open. Rob's going to be wide open. Yeah, bullpen has not been as sharp as he would like. Especially keeping the ball in the yard. 10 home runs on 28 hits. Yep. 2-2 to Clark. Chopper to third. Fouled. We stay alive again. Pitch number 8 of the at-bat coming up. Two. Clark fouls off another one. Slider inside. Pitch number 9 of the at-bat coming up. You figure Spire will not go into the 7th. You figure Spire's only going to pitch this inning. Because some people swing the junk, but the junk's not even that good. Pitch number 9. Oh, that's a crazy Jackson. 2-2. That one shot fair. Bregman, 5-3. Good throw to Harper. Canada gets 3. They still trail by 2 as we go top 7 for a spot in the semifinals against the DR. Almost sealed bid. I don't think they put him in the 16. Probably put him as a 13 seed. Because of how many quad 1 wins? Probably 13. I'll get hip clip. Sub 500 at larges should not be allowed to make it. Conference champions, I'm okay with it. All right. We go top 7 here. I'll put a poll up. Who wins this one? Your Suns had won like 3 straight or 4 straight, so not too bummed with that one. Yeah, they're doing a lot better than I thought they were going to. I'll put a poll up. Who wins this one? 9 pitch at bat. Right, at large is below 500 should not make it. But I have no problem with conference champions making it. So Royal Miami doesn't make the tournament? I don't think at this point. I think with only 1 loss, I don't see him missing. And now things tighten a little bit. Yeah, Akron should be in discussion too. Akron, I have no problem with Akron getting in. Harper is not a good tournament. He's going to lead off here. After the high point came on? Nice. All right, here we go. USA 2 more runs and 2 more hits. They should expand the tournament and give it to 1 bid leagues. I'm with you. I've said that for a while. Mako's staying out there. You figure the plan with him is to have him go the 7th and the 8th. Because he's a guy that did throw routinely in the 70s last year. That curveball misses down low and outside. 1-1 the count. Harper 0 for 3 this game. Came off the bench last time against Italy. Popped up. Harper hitting below the Mendoza line this tournament. He is 3 for 18. There is activity in the Canadian pen. Diaz is in the pen. Just in case things go haywire for Mako. He did allow 2 hits in the 6th. Harper fouls off the fastball down the left field line. 1-2 the count. One, two, way upstairs. 2-2. Full count here. Your manager for USA chat, what do you do? Run away. Yeah. That one, ooh, Harper's had a rough tournament, but that's not on him. That slider was outside. That slider was outside, and there's no ABS. That was a high slider outside. Good framing job there by Naylor behind the plate. That'll be the first out. Harper thinks that was ball 4. I'm inclined to agree. But 1 out for Judge. First pitch, curveball. That one way outside. That's going to be called a ball 1-0. Harper, after striking out, leads it to Judge, and he swings at the changeup. 1-1 the count. Judge, 1-1. Half-hearted swing on the fastball. I think he went. He did. 1-2. Was a swag of Infante the other side? I'm not sure. One, two to Judge. Way upstairs. 2-2. Judge. Fly ball. Deep center field, but in front of the track, making the play is Clark for the second out. So 2 up, 2 down for Mako to start. In comes Schwarber. Schwarber 1 for 3 today. First pitch, slider on the inside part of the zone. Good pitch. 0-1 the count. Where's ABS when you won it? Yep. Oh, 1 Schwarber way upstairs on the curveball. Almost hits him. 1-1. So duck out of the way of that one. Schwarber, big swing of that curveball. One, two to Schwarber. Half-hearted swing, got him. Pitch in the dirt, tagged out. 2 strikeouts for Mako that inning. We go bottom 7. USA clinging on to a 2-run lead. Kind of looks to come back after being down 5-0. I'm not sure. Small square about ABS every borderline pitch. I mean, it's like it's available in the stadium, but you can't use it for the Webby So Classic. can be a hero by going out and arguing with the ump. Yep. This spark has been evil, yes. He's rolling the first half. Yep, over Kansas. Yep. So we go bottom 7 here. Spire, rough 6th inning for him out of the pen. Bednar is coming in. The former Pirate turned Yankee. Bednar so far has been pretty sharp. 2 games pitched. No runs allowed. 4 strikeouts. Yeah, DR, I think that game could get very ugly. The DR team is insane. The DR team is so much fun to watch. That DR team is going to be incredible. All right, in comes Bednar. I'll go the 7th for the Americans. Again, no overtime after the game is done. Just keep that in mind. No OT after the game is done. Appreciate you guys being here for this one on this Friday night. Being the 9-1-2 hitters, Julian. Leading off, followed by Lopez. And then Josh Naylor. Julian last season, a lefty batter against a righty pitcher. 211. What's on the background? Just this game. Hit just 211 against righties versus 250 against the lefties. So it's a good matchup for Bednar. The DR seems like a family, yeah, compared to the USA team, which is just, oh man. First pitch, fouled off down the left field line. It's interesting, though, putting a righty on the bump here for the USA. Bednar obviously is a very good pitcher, but of the guys you're facing here, 2 of the 3 in the 9-1-2 are actually better against righties than against lefties. Julian's the exception, so it's really important to get Julian out. Because 1 and 2 at the top of the order, Lopez and Naylor, were way better against righties last year than lefties. 0-2 the count to Julian as he swings and misses on that one. In the dirt on the splitter, 1-2. Bednar led the National League in saves back in 23 as a member of the Pirates. Had 27 saves this past season across his time in Pittsburgh and New York with the Yankees. 1-2. Grounder to second. Diving play, misses the ball. Tarang misses the ball. Leadoff man gets on board. And now the USA's in some trouble. The tying run is at the plate. And again, the next 2 guys up, better against righties than lefties. But Julian gets on board with a hard hit ball to second. Tarang tried to dive for that one. Couldn't get a good glove on that. Actually dove a bit too much. Actually dove too much on that. And at the bottom part of the glove. If you got a better jump, might be able to not even have to dive for that ball. If you got a better jump. And I'll send Lopez up. Fastball in there for a called strike. 0-1. Canada's not got a lot of leadoff men on today. They get one on there. And now Lopez, the tying run at the plate. Again, he hit 270 against righties, 197 against the lefties. So a good matchup for him. But lays off that curve, and it's a called strike. 0-2 on the bottom part of the zone. Good movement there. Last season, Lopez, after falling behind the count 0-2, only got on board 20% of the time. Super low. 0-2 the count. Lopez, grounder to short. Witt across his body. Safe. Out 0-2, Lopez gets on board. Tying run is now at first. Witt tried to make a heck of a play across his body. They were in double play alignment. Regular alignment gets him out. Yeah, he's safe. He's safe by half a foot. DR wins the gold. I'm going to say fact at this point. But Japan, it's going to be that, yeah. Japan DR, I think. Thought about McAfee? Why? So first two men get on board. Yeah, tough play, yep. And in comes Josh Naylor. Back-to-back hits allowed by Bednar. Homer to Rashua? No chance. No chance. It'd be a crap way to decide a game. Back in the day, I could have, but now it's gone a bit too big. I don't see him doing it. Naylor, first pitch. Pass ball. Raleigh has had an absolute stinker of a tournament. Has no hits. And his defense leaving a lot to be desired there. Now the tying run is in scoring position. 1-0. Can't play Bednar on that one. That's just a regular old pass ball. Right through his glove and then through the 5-hole. Takes a double play out of the equation. And now the tying run is in scoring position. Naylor last year with runners on second and third. Got on board 47% of the time. He's good in these spots. Fouls it off 1-1. Took Canada plus 500 down 5-0. Not a bad bet. Not a bad bet. (1-1) to Naylor. Way inside on the fastball, 2-1. USA led 5-0 going into the bottom of the sixth. It's all falling apart. Cincinnati, Lopez can play. Naylor is 0 for 3 today. But one swing of the bat can change that. 2-1, Naylor lays off the curve and misses low, 3-1. And now Bednar's in a jam. A game that looked like smooth sailing for the USA just a couple of moments ago. It's turned out to be anything but that. 3-1. Time is called. If you like what we see, folks, hit the like button, subscribe, post the channel a ton. Try to grow this community even more. 3-1. Naylor, swing and miss on the splitter. That was going to be a ball. That was going to be in the dirt. Naylor swung and missed. And now the count has been worked full. Naylor last year got on board 58% of the time on a full count. Can the USA get a critical out number 1 here? They'll be able to. Easy pop-up. And Bregman underneath it for the first out. So good job by Bednar battling back. And that's out number 1. Now comes the obvious question. Do you put O'Neill on? You obviously be putting the winning or the go-ahead run on board, but you do set the double play, set the force at home. And Naylor, man, it was 3-1. And Naylor swung at a splitter in the dirt. If he laid that one off, would have been ball 4, bases loaded, nobody out. O'Neill, first pitch swinging, fouls it off 0-1. They're going to pitch to him. They're going to pitch to him. O'Neill 1 for 3. He's only hitting 143 this tournament. Below the Mendoza line last season, below the Mendoza line this game, or I mean this tournament. O'Neill, big swing on the fastball, 0-2. O'Neill last year only got on board 14% of the time. After falling behind 0-2. In a hole here. Can Bednar get him out here? 0-2 to O'Neill. Upstairs on the fastball, 1-2. This feels like Canada's chance. You don't get many of these opportunities in a game. Second and third, nobody out. Akron's going to go to the MAC final. Biffy, by the way. St. Patty's Day? I'm not really a St. Patty's Day guy. I'm not a St. Patty's Day guy at all. 1-2. Swing and a miss on the curve. Chase that one in the dirt. Bednar gets his first strikeout of the game, and what a time to get it. Back-to-back outs. And now Casey coming up. Can Bednar get out of this jam here? Casey's 0 for 2 this game. Leader on the team in batting average entering today. The leader in RBI as well. Entering today. The tying run, 180 feet away. Putting Kershaw, yes. 1-0. To the Marlin. Curveball in there for a strike. 1-1. Call round part rating. I also appreciate you a ton, Nate, on that one. Appreciate you a ton. Pitch number 20 for Bednar coming up. One. Bednar gets him on the fastball down the middle. 1-2. I should note, it is interesting. Casey last season only faced righties. 26 at-bats in the majors, all 26 against the righty, just like Bednar. 1-2 the count. First two men got on board. Can Bednar go 1-2-3 after that? With ABS he would have. With ABS he would have. That was a good pitch. On the upper outer part of the zone with the fastball. Looked like strike 3. Not going to get the call. So we go again at 2-2. Bednar. Fouled off down the left field line. Getting runners on second and third. They were on first and second, then a pass ball. Made second and third. Since then, a pop-up, a strikeout, and now 2-2 to Casey. Bednar gets another foul ball down the left field line. So we fight again at 2-2. Pitch number 24 for Bednar coming up. It's been a long inning for anyone, let alone a reliever. Two. Chopper foul again. So we still battle here. Bednar last year only had 5 games where he threw more than 25 pitches. So he's not used to this. Barry Grant's about to say, I will. 2-2 the count. Misses low on the curve inside. Full count. 3-2. Casey last year on a full count got on board 40% of the time. How's it going, Griffin? Appreciate you tuning in. How's it, or Brian, I should say. Gonna break my drinking rule? Yes, definitely. That's the day to do it. Casey gets on board. Toro's in the on-deck circle. 3-2. Swing and a miss on the splitter. Bednar is pumped up after that. Got him on the splitter on the outside part of the zone. Canada leaves 2 stranded. Bednar strikes out 2. And the USA maintains a 2-run lead as we go top 8. Matt Stairs going to pinch hit. Oh, man. What a pitch there by Bednar. After allowing the first 2 men to get on board. Battles back beautifully. Some better than 25. Yeah. Duke up on Clemson, man. Bednar, big strikeout there. He will not be going the 8th inning, I can tell you that much. He did what he needed to in the 7th, even was a little bit nervy. Yeah, Bednar, he wears a star on his sleeve. Bednar is wearing a star on his sleeve tonight. Okay, you crashing out. Free bird. Still plenty of time left. Bednar is wearing a star on his sleeve. There's still some guys that don't get it. Ernie Clemens said today he misses Canada. So, like, I don't know about that, but... Who's left in the American pen? You have Jax. Matt Wilkinson's coming in replacing Mako. You have Jax, you have Miller. So I figure the plan would be Jax goes the 8th, Miller goes the 9th. That'd be my guess. Unless you have Whitlock go the 8th. That'd be my guess. So in comes Matt Wilkinson. 5th pitcher of the game for Team Canada. Kershaw can go too, right? God. Fire everyone into the sun. Kershaw's done it for this. He's leaving the team after this. Wilkinson. In the Guardians farm system, 10th round pick out of Central Arizona College. The Vancouver native. Pitched last year in high A ball, a 1.9 ERA. Struck out 174 batters in 118 innings of work. In the Midwest League, he was absolutely lethal out of the pen last year in 2025. Oh, 1 the count. Did not offer at that one. 1-1. Yeah, great at bat by Casey. Yes, it was. Yeah, go 9 pitches. Wilkinson last year in the Midwest League was 3rd in strikeouts by Ryan Bricard and Adam Soronowski. In 104 innings, struck out 117. Average over 10 strikeouts per 9. Not easy to do, obviously. Beats behind 3-1 here to Bregman. 5-6-7 Bregman, Anthony Raleigh. 2 up here. 3-1. Bregman takes a fastball foul down the left field line. Full count. Bregman got on board exactly 50% of the time last year on a full count. 3-2. Bregman pops it up on the slider, but will that drift foul out of play? It will. Goes out of play. Behind the dugout on the third base side. So we stay alive at 3-2. Bregman fouls it off down the right field line. Long at bat here for Bregman. He's battling. Pitch number 8 of the at bat coming up. Southern beats FAMU. All right. Yeah, he could be good, Jackson. He could be good. 3-2 to Bregman. That one's popped up. That one's going to stay in play. Now, who's got it? Everyone in Canada converging on it. And finally, Julian calls off the first baseman, Naylor. A nervy pop-up there like that. About 4 different guys converged at one point on that ball, but Julian, good communication at the very end to make the call for the first out. In comes Anthony for that 8-pitch at-bat. That was his pitch. Call the Blue Hair Lawyer. Bochy in 2030? Yes, I could definitely see that. I think Bochy would be a great pick for Team USA. Since he's not on the roster anymore. Slider in there for a called strike 0-1. And Raleigh in the on-deck circle. Way upstairs on the fastball. 1-1. Anthony, one of 3 players on Team USA with over 5 hits this tournament alongside Kyle Schwarber and Bryce Terang. Someone started with Dodgers at first base, so he always a blank page in its place. It's the doldrums of spring training, yep. Fastball on the upper part of the zone, in there for a called strike. 1-2. Actually, pretty similar to the spot where Bernard did not get the strike call. The bottom half of the inning. Back in the 7th. 1-2 the count. Anthony, fly ball left field and easily playable out there in fair territory as it just drifts foul, but still playing it for the second out. What season would I say the transition from being bad to just outright bad? I would say, from mediocre outright bad, I would say probably around like 2009. I'd say around 2009. So Casey gets the play there, 2 out. Throw imagines Team USA next. What would I do? I would scream into the void forever. That was his pitch, yep. 30 minutes left to tip off 4 selection show. For D2, alright. Or no, 30 games left. Oh, yeah. Yes, for D1, yes. You're not D2. I don't know why I said that. The Roman's not done anything this game. Right, the movie, yeah, high definition. It's not sure that needs high def. Swing to miss Raleigh, 1-1. He's 0 for 2 this game. Again, Raleigh, 0 for 8 this tournament. I have the pass ball earlier. You have to think, you got to go Will Smith in the semis and the final if you're the USA and you survive this game. I don't know how you can at this point. Raleigh. The idea of Raleigh is better than Raleigh himself, if that makes sense. Fouled off 1-2. There are very few players this tournament that have not gone a hit in as many at-bats as he's had. And won't get one there, 0 for 9. Strikes out on the high fastball, got him to chase. You have to put Smith in a catcher. If you make it to the semi, Smith has to be the catcher. Raleigh's not doing anything. Yeah, you're right on that one, Goro. Yep. Big Dumper does not have it. The idea of Raleigh is better than Raleigh itself. 1-2-3 go Team USA. As Wilkinson, the high A pitcher, does his job. Again, he was dominant getting strikeouts last year in the Midwest League. Gets one there. But you can go back to 4-3, yes. Because there are some jokes that you miss if it's not. Yeah, concept of a player? Yes. At this point, he's a concept of a player. Trying to look at guys that have no hits this tournament with at least 9 at-bats. And unsurprisingly, there's not many. Unsurprisingly, there are not many players with an offer. Kondo, Kensuke Kano for Japan. He's 0 for 12 this tournament. Other than him, that's it. Excuse me, William Contreras for Venezuela as well. You know, Morales on the bench? Yeah. So William Contreras, Kensuke Kondo, and Cal Raleigh, the only players with 9 at-bats this tournament, minimum 9 at-bats, and no hits. He's not getting it done. You gotta stop looking at the names of adding loyalty? Yep, has to. Whitlock is replacing Ben-Nar. Had a feeling it was either going to be him or Jax. They will go to Whitlock. He got the save against Mexico, despite not being a closer. But a setup spot, this is more like it. USA, not good situational hitting, no. Yeah, no stripper night. Nope, no stripper night on Monday, unfortunately. I mean, fortunately, but it's like, why did I even get to that point? Or the Duffless, that's the big one. Yeah, widescreen cuts up the top of the shot. It ruins the joke. So Whitlock will be the new pitcher for Team USA, replacing Ben-Nar after he went the 7th. So replacing a Yankee with a man who was drafted by the Yankees, but is now with the Red Sox. All right, here we go. I appreciate all you guys for tuning in for this one. Buxton, why? Why is Buxton replace? Oh, wait, okay, PC is moving to left. Hang on a second. Hang on. PC is moving to left. So Anthony's done. Okay, so Buxton's replacing Anthony. Okay. So Buxton's out in center. Okay. I was going to say, you're replacing PCA? Why? Now, PCA is in left. Anthony is done for the day. 0-1 to Toro. It's got the 5-6-7 hitters to up here outside. 1-1 the count. Okay, that makes more sense. Yeah, I like that for defense. Okay, that makes a lot more sense. That I can live with. That's a good defensive change. DeRosa's actually managing this one all right today. But Toro gets a good piece of that one, but Judge able to cut off in right center for the first out. Look like that was going to drop, but it did not. Good contact there by Toro, just unlucky. And Judge able to cover some ground for the first out. Tyler Black coming up. Yes, first of the tournament last time up. Got Canna on the board. Yeah, he's usually subs a lot better this game, yes. Yes, I like this. Buxton's good defensively, and he's in a spot where he places Anthony where he doesn't have to ever swing the bat. If he does swing the bat, the USA's in a pretty good spot. Either they choke the game or they're in a pretty good spot. So, I don't hate this one at all. 1-0 the count. It's a Black. Swing and a miss on the sinker upstairs, 1-1. So, righty pitcher on a lefty batter. Whitlock was very good at this last year. Opponents hit just 197 against lefties. I'll get the pop up here. It's going to go down the right field line out of play. 1-2. If you haven't subscribed yet, help us get on the road to 100,000. We are close. We're at 71,792. So help us get to 71.8. We'll have a new video coming out tomorrow as well. Over there. You can click the link above to watch the most recent new video dropping tomorrow on the channel. Or scan the QR code. And we'll link the bracket challenge that I have in the group. I'll link that in between the innings. If you do want to join the bracket challenge, to play completely free to win. Fouled off down the left field line, so 1-2 the count. Whitlock will get the strikeout. Gets him to chase on the changeup. It's a few times now Canada's chased on changeups and splitters down low. 2 up, 2 down for Whitlock. Again, a much more familiar outing for him than the Mexico game, where he had to be brought on as the closer. Setup man is more his spot. And now when it comes Bo Naylor. Hit the 2-run shot last time. That got Canada in striking distance. He'll lay off that changeup. It just misses. 1-0. How's it going, Joe? Appreciate you tuning in. How many AAA coaches better than Rosa? A fair amount. A fair amount at this point. And gets Naylor to ground out. Line out to Terang. 3 up, 3 down. Whitlock does his job. You figure Miller is going the 9th. USA 3 outs away from their 3rd appearance in a row and their 4th ever in the semifinals. Of the 8-9-1 hitters, too. So a good spot for the USA to be in. But we will go top 9 for that line out to Terang. I don't think this was in trouble. Pay $50 to throw the bracket challenge. Get your money back. That wasn't my bracket challenge then. But I'll link the bracket challenge if you do want to join. USA, how they looked? It's iffy. I like the lineup. Spire looked pretty bad. Other than that, I mean, Harper's looked bad. Raleigh needs to go. Will Smith is better. They have to change the lineup for the semis. They're serious about winning. They got to change it to Smith instead of Raleigh. Busch Gardens is more... there's one in Virginia. There's one in Tampa. I've never been to Busch Gardens. Well, I got a 1, 2, 3. Person no refunds. Wasn't me. All right. Bolt teams with the 8-9-1 hitters due up. Wilkinson went the 8th. He'll go the 9th. So Wilkinson will stay out there for a second inning of work. Not too surprised by this, since he did make 25 starts in high A last year with the Guards farm system. The Midwest League, and then started 33 games C's. Actually, he does not appear out of the pen more often than not, so he's a guy that goes a long way, so he will go another inning. So he is not on a lot of pitches, and he's used as a starter more often than not. 1-0 the count. Terang, 2 for 3. He's playing well. There's going to be some tough decisions for the USA, because there's some guys that are clearly not performing. Bryce Harper, Cal Raleigh, and whatnot, but the middle infielders have done their part. Terang, Witt, Henderson have all done their job. And then some, representing the country well. 2-0 the count. Terang, 2 for 3 today. He's tied with Shore for the most hits on the team. Lays off that slider outside, 3-0 and low. Terang last season, for getting him to count 3-0, got on board 79% of the time. The pitch. Red light was on the inside fastball. Good pitch there, 3-1. And it's him, PCA, and then back to the top for Witt. 3-1. Way inside and upstairs, 5-pitch walk. And Terang gets on board once again. He's having a great World Baseball Classic and a great at-bat there, and in comes PCA. Leadoff man is on for one of the few times today for the USA. Somebody see from Merrill Hodge at the icebox. Here we go. PCA, 2 for 3 today with 2 singles. Had 2 homers last game, 2 hits tonight. He's been raking as of late. 4 for his last 5, grounder off the pitcher's mound. An unlucky bounce, that'll be a 6-3 double play. Unlucky bounce off the pitcher's mound. So 1 pitch out. Bases are empty again for Bobby Witt, back at the top of the lineup. Unlucky bounce there. They got some good bounces off the mound. That one, a high bounce would have been good enough to get over. A low bounce there, though. Does not get it done. Busch Gardens in Houston? Didn't know that. I thought it was only in Virginia and Tampa. You see right to the Big West Final? Oh, man. That could be good. That one outside 1-0. Actually, it bounced off Wilkinson's foot. Now that I look at it on the replay, it might have grazed Wilkinson's foot, and that's what slowed it down, because it did not look like bad contact. I think it might have grazed Wilkinson's foot and come to a screeching halt, allowing for the double play. It wasn't a bad hit by PCA right up the middle. 2-0 the count to Witt. He's 0 for 3 this game. Been flashing the leather all tournament, though. Witt lays off the fastball, 3-0. And Witt, if he gets on board, you figure he's going to try and take off and run so that any contact gets him home. Witt's had some long at-bats this game. Had a 9-pitch walk to get the game started. 3-0, red light on, and that pitch missed, but they're going to call it a strike. Pretty similar spots where Benar apparently missed in the 7th. On the opposite side of the plate. And Bobby Witt is a man that has stolen 148 bases in 4 seasons. Gets on board, and he does there with a 5-pitch walk. Second walk allowed by Wilkinson this inning. I'm setting him. USA has not been aggressive on the base pass this tournament. They've not gotten a lot of stolen bases. By any means. In fact, if you want to look at the stolen base count, USA, 6 through 5 games. Feels like it could be a bit more aggressive. I don't want to sacrifice bases for outs necessarily, but in a spot like this, I feel like you got to do it. Harper lays off the fastball outside, 1 out. Judge in the on-deck circle if he gets on board. But again, Witt, 4th in the AL in stolen bases last year. He's finished top 8 each of the last 4 years in stolen bases. With 2 outs, I'm sending him. They won't on the changeup, 2-0. Again, I'm not sure I understand this necessarily. Force Naylor to make a throw. If Wick gets a good jump, get him in scoring position with 2 out. With 1 out or no outs, I get it. But with 2, I'm going. 2-0. Harper lays off the changeup. Well, now it's red light. 3-0. Williamson can't find the strike zone right now. Walked 2 batters already this inning. Is behind 3-0 to Harper, who's 0 for 4 this game. Harper last year for getting ahead 3-0. Getting on board 81% of the time. Lays off. That's a strike? Oh, come on. Harper is fuming about that, as he should be. How is that a strike? That fastball was eye level. That's ball 4. That was eye level on the fastball. Not even close to the zone. A generous call there, and that's putting it lightly. 3-1 Harper. Swings at the high fastball, 3-2. That would have been ball 4. So from 3-0, it's back to 3-2. Man, a golden opportunity for the USA. Potentially squandered. Can Harper get on board here? Just throw a high fastball. He's going to swing at it. Well, he swings at the slider. Gets him, and Harper strikes out. USA leaves the runner on. They need ABS, man. Harper's 0 for 5. But man, got robbed on that one of a walk. Granted, there's no excuse for swinging on the second pitch. But he got robbed of a walk there. The USA still up by 2, 3 outs away. Canada's 3-1. Canada's 3-1. Throws fresh on the field. It's not Atlanta. Who's this on Hernandez? Yeah, probably. You'll argue, yeah. I mean, if they call a pitch with strike when I was swinging again, well, that was higher. That was way higher. And inside. Cronoline Izzo so far. Yeah, this ump has been bad. But USA up by 2. They got the 8-9-1 hitters due up, and you figure Miller's going to be the pitcher, and it will be. No surprises there as we go bottom 9. Mason Miller. To get the USA to the knockout round, or the semifinals, I should say, for the 3rd straight time. Both teams even on hits at 8 apiece. And Canada's never made it to the semifinals. Miller, 2 appearances this tournament. He has not allowed a base or a hit. Struck out 5. He's allowed 1 walk. He's been phenomenal this tournament as the closer. Maybe the best closer in the tournament amongst all the teams. We'll see what he can do here. The 8-9-1 hitters due up, starting with Denzel Clark. They kind of blew the 7th. Yep, that was their chance. Fastball, 101 right down the middle. Miller just blowing by him on the fastball to get the inning started. 0-1 the count. It's actually Young, so new batter. It's not going to be Clark. In there for a strike, 0-2. It's Jared Young, who is the new batter. Behind 0-2. Jared Young member of the Mets organization. Foul off that slider, 0-2. Hit 186 for the Mets last year. In the limited playtime. Drafted by the Cubs back in 2017 out of Old Dominion. Native of Prince George. The 0-2 to Young. Way upstairs, 1-2. 102 on that fastball, though. Velocity is not an issue with Miller. Last season, when Young fell behind the count 0-2, it happened 11 times. He only got on board once. 091 on base percentage. Mound visit here. Some point, yes. So that's not sanctioned by the NCAA. NIT is sanctioned by the NCAA. I'm only counting the NIT in that one. Because like there's still like the CBI, the CIT, the Crown. Those aren't sanctioned by them. Just sanctioned by the NCAA. 1-2. Way outside. Back to that pitcher's nowhere close. And Young has worked it back to 2-2. Getting no OT after this one is done. Did not offer at that pitch. Works it full. Judge traded cards for a 2027 19th rounder. Definitely. Three, 2. Foul off. We sail out pitch number 8 of the at-bat coming up. Young 1 for 5 this tournament. Won't get on board there. 1 for 6. He strikes out an inside fastball. I'm not sure that was a strike. This home plate ump's been bad on both sides. Should have said NIT. Yeah. Well, I was trying to do bowl games with that too. Yeah, probably have to sleep on that RFK. Fastball just a little bit inside, but gets the call. Again, this is a very wide strike zone with this ump. And then comes Julian. Slider misses outside, 1-0. The winner takes on the Dominican Republic. Won 10-0 Mercy Rule Korea to get to the semis. Slider in there for a strike, 1-1. Julian swings and misses at the fastball upstairs. 1-0-2 on the gun. 1-2. These guys, we've seen a lot of each other this season. Padres pitcher against a Rockies batter. 1-2 to Julian. Fouled off down the left field line. Miller has allowed no hits, 6 strikeouts in 2 1/3 out of the pen this tournament. He has been dominant. He's ahead in the count here once again. Lopez in the on-deck circle. The 1-2. Got him on the off-speed. Nope. Foul tip. Foul tip there. Julian battling back. Thought Raleigh would be able to catch that ball, but fouled off. So we stay alive at 1-2. Going with the slider that time. Just throwing heat, now going off speed. And now 1-2. Way outside on the fastball, 2-2, leaves it off. You almost 15 seed in semis, crazy. That'd be the craziest bid thief ever. Up there with NC State, that'd be crazy. For a power conference bid thief. 2-2. That's strike 3 called on the bottom part of the zone. Back-to-back strikeouts looking. That one's a strike for sure. Miller gets him on the fastball. Now back to Lopez at the top of the order. 1 out away from their 3rd straight semifinal appearance and their 4th ever in the 6 editions of the tournament. Here we go. Crowd on its feet. Lopez, 2 for 4 today. First pitch. Down the middle for a strike. Lays that one off. Not sure what he was looking at. Not going to get too many bare pitches to hit than a 1-on-1 fastball right down the middle. USA advances. They play Sunday night. We'll be live for that game regardless of who makes it. That game on Fox. Right after the selection show. Selection show at 6. Game at 8. 0-1 Lopez. Foul ball down the right field line, and the USA can sense it as Canada's down to their final strike. Can Miller go 1-2-3 once again? The pitch. Got him on the off-speed pitch. Got him on the slider. 3 straight strikeouts for Miller that inning, and the USA, for the 3rd straight time, is going on to the final. The semifinal of the World Baseball Classic. They will take on the Dominican Republic Sunday at 8 on FS1. The women's hockey team beats Canada. The men's hockey team beats Canada. And baseball defeats Canada 5-3, your final score. Mason Miller with the save. Webb a dominant outing as a starter. And the USA gets it done. USA versus DR on Sunday. All right. I appreciate all you guys a ton for tuning in. They played well. I would think Smith has to be catching over Raleigh on Sunday. Has to be that. Has to be that. But yeah, DR's a good team. DR is going to be a really good team. That's going to be a crazy game. But USA advances. All right, so here's the game plan. Tomorrow, new video dropping. I should be able to... well, I don't know who's playing first if it's not Harper. I'm not sure what we're streaming. We're probably going to do both of the semifinals. I'm not sure yet what we're going to do, if it's going to be that or it's going to be basketball. We will see. I'll let you know on that tomorrow. But appreciate all you guys' time for tuning in. JG9 sign off. USA takes it 5-3, and they are going on to the semifinals for the 3rd straight tournament. Take care. See you guys soon.